for them.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You can say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You can ask on your couch while you binge watch. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
Olivia from Washington. Laid off and trying to keep our little kids from realizing that mommy and daddy haven't eaten in a while.
Roger from California. I'm grateful we could afford our son's surgery. I'm nervous that now we can't really afford food.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Keisha from South Carolina. I've been skipping meals so my 2 kids can eat, but filling up on water doesn't really work.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
This is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms, and your home for Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio.
On steaks and more at omahasteaks.com/VSiN. That's omahasteaks.com/BSIN. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details.
Hey, this is Grace Remington for VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. The Houston Texans have looked solid, but VSiN expert Zach Cohen isn't buying it. Their wins came against weak opponents. The offensive line has struggled badly, ranking bottom 3 in pass block and run block win rates. The 49ers defense should exploit that, especially with extra rest. Bet the Niners on the money line at +108. The Sports Equinox is here. Celebrate the best time of year for bettors with the VSiN Sports Equinox Special. Get full VSiN Pro access through May 1st for only $120. Go to VSiN.com/subscribe.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
We have our best bets coming up in 15 minutes, but I quickly wanted to get this out there because the Bucks-Raptors game is starting here momentarily. They moved this game up in Toronto because of the World Series. I have to bet A.J. Green again. I decided to do that. Over 2.5 made threes. I got +122 on tonight for the Bucks. He made 3 in the first 5 minutes of their opening night game, and then basically did not shoot again until like 90 seconds left in the game. He took another 3 finally. So, but he got there, and as long as they're going to make it 2.5 around +120 in that neighborhood, I'm going to keep betting it.
I like Trey Johnson over for Washington, over 1.5 made threes. He had 4. Wizards take on the Mavs tonight. And there was another one. I was talking to our guy, Ozzy. Good quote about Walker Kessler. He had 22 points opening night against the Clippers. He was 7 of 7 and 2 for 2 from 3. And he says, I'm picking my spots, but remember, he's something that he worked on last year.
Right, we talked about that in the regular season.
He did more work on it in the offseason as well. They were encouraging him to take more at the end of last year as well. Hard to find, but it's a juicy price for him to just make 1 as he hit 2 in opening night. Here's our buddy Nigel Seeley at Seeley_Nigel on X. Always writes for VSiN.com, VSiN contributor, with his weekly articles. Here's his video, and he's got a good bet on a big match with Chelsea right off the bat. Take it away, Nigel.
Hello everybody, it's Nigel Seeley here, and here are my best 3 bets for the English Premier League on match day number 9. I'm also going to give you a bet on the Championship, so 4 bets in total from me. My best bet on the card English Premier League is tomorrow lunchtime kickoff between Chelsea and Sunderland. The World Club champions Chelsea are hitting a bit of form. They've won their last 4 matches. They won 5-1 in midweek in the Champions League at home to Ajax. Their last match prior to that was a 3-0 win at Nottingham Forest, which saw the end of Ange Postecoglou in charge at the City ground, and in their last Premier League home match they beat Liverpool 2-1. They're up against the Sunderland side, who have done really well since they returned to the top flight of English football, but all their best form has been at home. They've only scored 1 goal on the road. They've only 1 win, which was at Nottingham Forest. They've lost every other game. They drew 1 against Crystal Palace, but they didn't score. Not scoring goals. Chelsea are scoring goals. They have an array of talent. They're without Cole Palmer for this match, João Pedro, but some of the youngsters they played in midweek were fantastic, and I think they'd cover the Asian handicap here. -1.25 is the bet for Chelsea. It is -112. I'm going to take them as my best bet of the weekend to beat a Sunderland side who I think will be hard to beat at home. They haven't been tested yet, and against one of the big boys on the road, I think they're going to be found short. So Chelsea, -1.25, Asian handicap, my strongest pick. My second bet in the Premier League, and you have to have this bet in the Premier League every time he takes to the field, he is a bet to score. It's the goal machine, Erling Haaland. 24 goals in 14 appearances this season. Incredible stats from the Manchester City forward. And he travels to Aston Villa on Sunday, and you can bet him to score at -117. He has scored in 13 of the 14 starts this season. The only team he didn't score against was Tottenham. How can we bet him at we have to bet him, at -117 to score at any time? The true stats on him to score throughout his Premier League reign is -152. Anything bigger than that, you've got to be on. He's got a poor record against Aston Villa, though. Only 1 goal in 4 matches for them. His worst record against any team. But the way he is playing, and at the price, -117 for Erling Haaland, we've got to take it. Finally, my bet is a match I'll be at on Sunday. It's Arsenal against Crystal Palace at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal now the minus money favourites to win the Premier League for the first time since 2003-2004 season. They've done it on what?
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
And we welcome you to Pavlansky Field here in Poland as Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot are proud to bring you the regular season finale of the Youngstown Patricians High School football game of the week. And tonight, the 7-2 Bulldogs, they get ready to host the 2-7 Struthers Wildcats under head coach John Pascarella. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach, Bob Gessler, Dave Ferris, Matt Craven, back in the Gessler Propane Studio, pressing the button, staying warm on really is what the first fall night that we're feeling here in Poland. A little bit colder. You got the Carhartt out here.
Oh, yeah.
But we're up in a nice warm press box as we get ready for, believe it or not, the finale of the 2025 season.
Yeah, it feels like you just said, are you ready to go next week and opening game. So it's gone so fast, as Tim would say. It's fast as 10 weeks of the year.
Yeah, certainly. In fact, it is. Poland looking to finish off their season at 8-2. They are getting ready for the OHSAA playoffs here as we take a look real quick at the standings for Division 5, Region 17. And as it stands right now, Cardinal Mooney, they hold the number 1 spot in Region 17, followed by Girard. This very Poland team and Garfield, coach, they will have buys coming up here on Halloween night. And then we will see playoff action in from positions 5 to 12, setting up those matchups again the following week. And some interesting possibilities here for the Poland Bulldogs. Down the road, they could see Girard again, but also matchups with Mooney possible, and then even South Range at some point. So again, they've cut from 16 to 12, and I think you and I agreed here that we kind of like that cut. We like that quality team, those 12 quality teams, and at one point years ago, there was only 4 that went.
Yeah, remember those years? I was at Cheney, and I believe it was 70. If I'm not mistaken, it was 75 that went undefeated, and they didn't get in the playoffs. They were ranked as the number 5 spot. So I mean, I'm just kind of crazy on how they do. So, but I'm glad they went from 16 to 12. It just it makes it a little bit easier. That's all.
Right now, from the 5th position on down, it'll be St. Clairsville. The Liberty Leopards in there in the 6th position. Edison, Berkshire, and Urichville, they are all designated as having clinched playoffs. And the teams that control their own destiny right now are Manchester, South Range, which this Poland team saw earlier in the year, got the 34-0 shutout win. And then Pie Valley in the 12th position. They, too, control their own destiny. With a win, it's a 6-12 matchup. With a loss, they are out. So, again, South Range looking to get back into the playoffs here. Uncharacteristically down year for them. Tonight they take on the Hubbard Eagles. We've seen both those teams. Those teams, though, seem to match up well. That could be a great game determining who maybe Poland sees later on.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'll tell you right now, Hubbard's got to play a good game, and they've got to throw it around and run the ball a little bit because South Range will be there and they could bite them. So as far as I'm concerned, they got to be ready to go.
Certainly here in Week 10, and a lot of it's going to be up to which teams are healthy. Right now, everybody looking pretty good so far. We're going to step aside for our first break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Poland Bulldogs, talk about last week's game against Lakeview, all that and more coming up here on the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. We're back on the other side.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here at Pavlansky Field in Poland, pregame show continues, and we're having way too much fun up here in Week 10. Been a great season here for the Poland Bulldogs. They will take on Struthers tonight, and tonight we are informed, I believe, that David Zippolita will be back at quarterback.
Yes.
For the Poland Bulldogs. Had to send coach down on a reconnaissance mission, and I believe he came back with that information. But the young sophomore quarterback, which we have seen a lot of this year, a lot of sophomore quarterbacks stepping up and playing very well for David Zippolita, surrounded by a cast of seniors and some players with some experience. It really has been a benefit for him. And during the year, Coach, I've noticed a little bit less running, and he is spreading the ball around depending on his teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? He does such a great job. I mean, he's got good vision, and if it ain't there, you know what's going to happen. He's going to tuck it and run. You were talking about quarterbacks. It was funny when I was down talking to Coach Dave before the game. He mentioned to me that the backup quarterback for Struthers High School is a Landon Fox. And I believe that's Jimmy Fox's son that is there going to be the quarterback. And I believe Jimmy was the quarterback at one time, is what we think is what's going on.
And that just tells you how old everybody's getting here as we start talking about those next generations coming along.
Generation upon generation.
But take a look at David Zippoliti here so far in the rushing department. 45 carries for 501 yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground. Through the air, he has been 39 of 70 for 11 touchdowns. And his favorite target, Vito Camaro, took over a quarterback last week. They really didn't seem to skip a beat here in this offense.
No, absolutely not. And you know what? It was... Again, they started the season out with a little bit of mixture, and then David was able to step in and take the reins all the way. And then, of course, when he got hurt, he stepped right back in. So they didn't really skip a beat, and they didn't. And they both play well as quarterbacks.
Yeah, and a lot of credit to Vito Camaro, the senior, who has really played a series of positions. He's been where they needed him to be, and and we talked about even on special teams, he essentially has determined the Poland Bulldogs' field position in the kick return and the punt return.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just been a big part of this team, although he's all over the place.
Oh, you ain't kidding. He's all over the place. A few weeks ago, I almost met him personally on the sidelines. He took out my brother and another coach, but I happen to be, that quick feet of mine, the reaction like a tiger. But great kid, and he was very concerned about his coaches and stuff, and we assured him everybody was okay. So, a great kid. Does a great job.
Senior night here in Poland. They're introducing the senior cheerleaders as well as the senior football player. Speaking of, Vito Camaro stepping up now as he is coming out with his parents. Statistically, though, for Poland, averaging 206 yards rushing per game, 101 yards through the air. If you're a coach, you got to be extremely happy with the fact that you're establishing that run game and building off of that.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, they do a great job with that. They're always mixing it up. And then, of course, when you have Pano that's either fullback or he's one of those split backs or he's in there when they run that T formation, I'll tell you what, you can get a few yards out of him. So great job.
Yeah, you mentioned that, the 3 backs back there, Angelo Angelilli, Chase Jones, and Pano Zippolita. They are a train coming down the tracks.
That's the 3-headed threep that you don't want to be in front of.
You really have to make a life-changing decision here when they are coming at you, and they have been so successful in that ground game, but it has really taken the ability to eat that clock up and take options away from the other team.
And we've watched them in games where they took about, I'm going to say probably 90% of a third quarter and went down the field. And that's what I used to tell my teams. The best defense is if you're an offensive guy and you keep that ball out of their offense, that's the greatest defense you can have. Just keep eating the clock and burning it out. And we've seen it a couple of games where they ate almost the whole third quarter.
Sounds like a familiar coaching style here. But speaking of coaching styles, our own Mark Means had an opportunity to speak with Poland Seminary Bulldogs head coach Tom Pavlansky. This is what he had to say about this week's matchup with the Struthers Wildcats. Okay, seem to be having some technical difficulty with that. But nonetheless, for Struthers, they come in at 2-7. Struggling this year, you look at the points average offensively. For Struthers, 15.1. For Poland, 37.9. A big obstacle for Struthers to overcome. A young team here. We did the game last year in Struthers. We observed over 20 seniors graduating for the Wildcats. But they've had a lot of growing to do this year. And certainly at this point, look like they have the foundation to build for next year.
Oh, absolutely. They got a good mix of the young kids, but these young kids are getting thrown to the wolves, and they're taking their licks. But you look ahead, and as long as they stick together and progress, if this team sticks together by their senior year, they could be back where they need to be.
All right. So Dave just tells me here we're good to go here. So here's what Coach Pavlansky had to say about this week's matchup with the Struthers Wildcats and the Cleveland Cobras Coaches Corner.
We are back inside the Cleveland Cobras Coach's Corner with Coach Pavlansky of the Poland Bulldogs. And Coach, a nice convincing win last week over Lakeview, 42-0. So you have to be happy with both sides of the football from last week.
Yeah, really all three phases. I mean, special teams, offense, and defense, they showed up and got better. And, but, we didn't play a perfect game. Not everything was wonderful, but I'm really proud of how hard the kids are working. And we just need to continue to work hard to get better.
Coach, I know you won't know the seedings and the potential buys till sometime on Sunday, and we know what the system is for this year, but overall, how do you feel about the higher seeded teams getting the first round bye now?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I think those teams that are in the top four deserve an opportunity to rest their guys, and because they've proven through the regular season that again they earn that position, and so I'm not opposed to it at all. The Coach Association put a lot of study into this proposal in this playoff format, and the OHSA found it to be acceptable, and so now we'll see how it goes.
Have you thought about, should you be fortunate enough to be one of those teams that gets a bye, how you would plan that week out?
Yeah, we talked about it as a staff, and we're still trying to see, we're still too worried about Struthers Week 10 rival, so those conversations have been few and far between.
Coach, it's senior night tonight as well, the last regular season home game for your seniors. Can you just talk about what this group has accomplished and what they've meant to the program?
Yeah, I mean, this senior class has been, tremendous. You look at the win totals going into Week 10. These guys are fourth in the total number of wins in school history. Out of the 81 years of Poland football, these guys are fourth, and they have a chance to improve their standing, with each successive win. So, you can't understate the importance of these seniors that, they're having their career best year, and they want to go out playing their best football. So, we're excited about them. We're thankful for them, and we want the season to continue as long as we can.
Coach, tonight you've got an improving Struthers team that comes off a win last week. What has preparation been like for the Wildcats, and what do you expect from them?
Oh, they have our attention, that's for sure. It's Week 10. It's a rivalry game. You said it really well. They are playing their best football of the year, coming off of, a big win against Niles, and they had a big win at Lakeview in the last minute of the game, and they lost a tough one to East Week 8. So, I say they're playing their best football right now, and they got some weapons. The quarterback, Ashton Pascarella, is playing really well right now. Again, as a sophomore, they're asking him to do a lot of things on both sides of the ball, and they got some weapons on the outside with Anthony Pastella too. So we got our work cut out for us.
Coach, what is a key to send your senior class out with a win for their final regular season home game?
Yeah, that formula doesn't change, and we got to make sure that we take care of the football. We got to tackle well and execute all our kicks, and if we do that, then we believe in the fourth quarter we're going to have a chance to do what we want to do, and that's all you can ask for.
Coach, we appreciate your time as always, and thank you.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
We'll take a break. We'll come back more with a pregame show up next.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here as the pregame show continues here for the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week, Week 10 edition, Coach. And I'm having a lot of trouble handling that here. As again, we've had great weather this year. We've gone week after week, and before we know it here, we were talking about playoffs a couple of weeks ago. Who's going to make it? Now it's talking about who are the matchups going to be. And fantastic night here. Just right around 45 degrees here, but no breeze to speak of. Should be a perfect night for football.
Yeah, that's because you have come up with a new crowd, Mike. We have actually the window closed because normally Coach Bob is freezing because Jim wants the windows open. And that's a good thing.
And with that fur coat on, I don't understand how you're cold, but okay. For the Struthers Wildcats, so a tough year here for the Cats here. They started out 0-5 before getting their first win over the Lakeview Bulldogs. That coming back on October 3rd. They would take the loss to East and then a 44-0 win over Niles McKinley. That brings them here to Week 10. But, again, we've got to talk to some of the coaching staff, some of the issues. They are young, but looking forward to next year under Coach Pascarella. And sometimes, our studio right there in the city of Struthers, we don't like when Struthers has a down year. But we see a lot of these teams with good foundations who are going to be able to build for next year.
Right. The whole key is when we call games and they're, a big spread, it's hard to stay enthused and try to explain what's going on in the field. So we would prefer to call a close game that they're just as we called smash mouth football, like we saw against Girard. And that was a great football game, great to call.
And in Girard here, and we talk about some of those matchups that could happen later on down the road. Tonight, Girard will take on Niles McKinley. Niles winless on the season. And also is, I can't get some cooperation here from the technology. Cardinal Mooney would have taking on the Ursuline Irish tonight. Of course, that situation being what it is, they will get the win tonight. And that will send them into the playoffs as the number 1 seed here in Division 5, Region 17. But Mooney, a much improved team as well.
Absolutely. And they've come out of nowhere because they've been down for a few years. So there was a big change in the staff. And I know Brian Merrow's over there, and he does a great job with kids. So they've put that staff together, and looks like they're going to have a good season this year.
Talk about one surprise team here before the Liberty Leopards coming in at 7-2. They are sitting in the 6th position as they will try to secure their situation here for next week as well. But Liberty Leopards having a fantastic year there. We're going to step aside for our last time out. When we come back, we will get you ready for kickoff here from Pavlansky Field in Poland. You are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600. We're back after this.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
And our nation's national anthem performed by the Poland Seminary Bulldog Marching Band, led by Mrs. Craven's baby boy, as young William will play here in his last regular season game as a senior, part of the band here. So once in a while, I go ahead and throw a little, little love for the boy there.
Yeah,
so congratulations to William.
Thing, when he was with the Scourge, that was, how old was he? Was he what? 4?
Well, you figured 10 years ago from now, so he was 5, 6, 7, and 8. So time. We talk about time flying here as we get ready for kickoff here in Week 10 of the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. Thanks for joining us tonight here. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach Bob Gessler, Dave Ferris, Matt Craven back in the Gessler Propane Studio. Over on Western Reserve Radio 2, Mark Means and Dave Clark. I know I said it twice, but it's there. Mark Means and Dave Clark bringing you the Warren Harding Raiders and the Austintown Fitch Falcons. That game on Western Reserve Radio 2, Sports Radio 1240. Of course, towards the end of the year here, absolutely want to thank again Bill Kelly, Chari Conley, Ben Slagle, and everybody over there for letting us partner up with them here these last few years, bringing them high school football coach, and it has been outstanding. And we take a lot of pride in what we do here for Western Reserve Radio and Cumulus. So, again, thank you to all of them. And thanks to Dave Ferris for helping them plug things in.
Yes, I just want to make a little point here before the opening kickoff that Poland won the toss, and they deferred to the second half, and they are going from our right, away from the scoreboard, right to left on the kickoff. So
that's important, Coach.
Yeah, and I also went down and talked to an ex-boss of mine. He's on the field. Gerald Fordham. I had to go over and tell him he's horrible.
I worked some games with Mr. Fordham. Right, so a lone line drive kick here. Going to be picked up by Ty Price. Price bringing it up the near hash mark, and he'll be brought down at the 35-yard line, and that's where Struthers will start 1st and 10 here in Week 10 of the Ohio high school football season. And, of course, we will be getting ready to bring you all the playoff action here on the iMedia One Network. Of course, you can join us by downloading the iMedia One Network app for iOS and Android. And, of course, you can listen to us on our Facebook pages as well as YouTube. So we are everywhere, including WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. As Struthers now will come out, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They'll go to an empty backfield. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Struthers moving left to right. They'll wait for the snap, back to pass. Under pressure, and he's going to step up in the hole, and it's going to be brought out near the 38-yard line. Pickup of 3 by Struthers, and that will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. C.J. Harmon, the senior, carrying the ball for Struthers.
Yeah, but he met to both linebackers, Angelilli and Pano Zipolita. He met them both after a couple-yard game, and that ain't good.
Those are nice fellas. You always want to meet them. As Gavin Seifert put some pressure on as well. They'll now go 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the near side, one running back to the hip of Harmon. They'll hand this one off up the middle, making their way out near the 41-yard line. Carried by Tyler Cole, the sophomore.
Going to take it just across the 40-yard line at 41.
11 minutes here, first quarter, if you're just joining us.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. Seifert on the stop.
It looked like Gavin Seifert on the stop on that one.
Yeah, Seifert's kind of been a pest here, and I apologize. That's Ashton Pascarella at the quarterback position for Struthers, 5'10", 170-pound sophomore. As he waits for the snap, 3 receivers to his left. 3-step drop, rolling out to the near side now, looking downfield. Has nothing, tries to throw out to the side, actually going to catch one at the 49-yard line. He's going to Anthony Pastella. As Pastella came back to the ball, just the way you like your receivers to do.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to make sure that you're digging past up to the ball and come back. And when your quarterback is rolling to the right, you want to follow him. So that was a great job, great throw.
Of course, I want to acknowledge all our kickoffs, and field goals brought to you by the Village Tavern. All year long here, 746 North Main Street in Hubbard. We'll go to villagetavern3.com. As Pascarella will wait for the snap. 3 receivers again to his left. They'll hand this one again up the middle. He'll drive his legs, get down near the 46. And I believe that's going to be Tyler Cole on the carry again for Struthers. And it's going to be 2nd down now for the Wildcats.
Lead on the stop for the Bulldogs.
So Struthers on a slow, consistent drive here, Coach. And if you're the Wildcats, that's the way you want to start out.
Well, that's, don't get greedy. Test the waters. Keep it on the ground. Don't make a mistake in the air. Move the ball. Only throw when you got to. As long as you're getting 2-3 yards, carry.
So Price, Stewart, and DeCerbo will be the receivers to the left. Single receiver to the near side. Pascarella waiting for the snap. He'll roll out to the far side this time. Under pressure, and he's going to slip one tackle, but he's not going to get away from Seifert. Gavin Seifert with the sack. He slipped the tackle of Cam Hackstead, but couldn't do it the second time with Seifert. And Seifert already been in on a few plays and putting some pressure on.
Yeah, and then his buddy, the other linebacker, Pano Zipolita, was right there as well. So they're keeping him, trying to keep him in that pocket, and obviously great coverage in the defensive back.
Pano Zipolita, kind of the welcoming committee back there.
Yeah, got that right.
Peyton Miller out there as well at linebacker. Angelo Angelilli joining Zipolita in the middle. There's now Pascarella in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side now. They'll be in a bunch formation. They're going to send Pastella in motion. They'll take a 3-step drop, floating out to the near side, under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Pano Zipolita with the sack at the 40-yard line. They're back on the Struthers side of the field, and Struthers going in the wrong direction. Compliments of Pano Zipolita, the senior.
Yeah, I tell you what, he saw that gate open, and he just blew right through it. He has enough speed where he was able to take care of that. So, outstanding job by Pano.
Vito Kamara back near his 25-yard line to return the punt. Snap is back. It's a good snap. They'll get this one off. End over end kick. Kamara will field this one at the 27-yard line. He'll bring it straight upfield. He'll get past Donatelli down to the far side. Past the 40. He'll twist and turn and then move back to the 40-yard line. Maybe tried to do a little bit too much there, Coach, and lost a few yards on the play. We'll see if they get in the forward progress, but it looks like they're going to be in the area of the 40-yard. Actually move it back to the 38. And that's where Poland will start 1st and 10 on their own side of the field with 7:46 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, they caught him, and they were trying to bring him down, and he tried to backtrack a little bit, but there were too many cats in pursuit, and they were able to get him.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They'll go 3 receivers to the near side. David Zipolita in his shotgun, one running back to his left. That'll be Chase Jones. Single receiver to the far side. They're going to send Kamara in motion, short motion. Back to pass. He'll hit Kamara on a swing pass out to the 40, 45. He'll make it to midfield in the Struthers territory and be brought down at the Wildcat 45-yard line. Tackle made by Mason Donatelli, the senior.
That's a good job. Good play by the offense. Again, you know what he could do. You get the ball in his hand, you better lasso him very quickly or he could do some damage down the field.
Yeah, a little bit of motion that he went over and came back kind of set him up, kind of be in pace when he caught the ball.
Yeah, we always called that replace.
Delomo with the single receiver to the far side. Zapolita under center. 3 running backs back there. He'll pitch it out to Kamara. Kamara now at the tailback position. Past the 40. He'll try to dig through. He'll spin and turn, get out to the 30, and he'll be brought down inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. That's a Poland first down here. 7:01 left here, first quarter. We talked about Vito Kamara playing multiple positions. So far, we've seen him at receiver, now tailback.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, all it was a quick pitch to the right. He had some blocking out there. I thought he was going to take it all the way, but Struthers was there to downfield to be able to block that up. So good job by the Cats on the defense, keeping them from scoring a touchdown.
First and 10 at the Struthers 24-yard line. 6:40 left here, first quarter. Chase Jones in the backfield. Zapolita now in the shotgun. Pano Zapolita will be the wing to the left. Seifert will be the tight end to the right. Delomo will move into the inside. He'll be the receiver to the left of Zapolita. David rolling to the far side, looking downfield, fires into the end zone, has a man open, cut near the pylon. It's a touchdown. Poland with the 24-yard touchdown pass, and I believe that's going to be Vito Kamara, but he's being mobbed right now by his teammates, so it's hard to tell. But a 24-yard touchdown pass by David Zapolita after being out last week. Starts out 6 through the air.
I'll tell you what, he rolled to the right. I really thought that the receiver was going to run out of room, but he was able to hit that corner perfectly and drop it right in there. So great job, great throw.
Again, we're speculating that was Vito Kamara to that far side as he will now come on to hold.
Just want to say I'm glad Anthony Delumo is back in there too, playing him a little bit. He banged up the other day, but he's doing better.
Salvi Karamusa for the extra point. Vito Kamara to hold. Angelilli with the snap. Kick is up. And it is perfect. 6:18 left here, first quarter. Poland goes right downfield. They take the 7-0 lead. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on WRQX AM 600 and Western Reserve Radio. We're back after this.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
WRQX, Salem, Youngstown, Warren. We are AM 600, The Patriot, a Cumulus media station.
6:18 left here, first quarter. Poland with a 7-0 lead. Aiden Nicholas and Anthony Pastella back to return. I believe Poland's going to kick this one out near the sideline. This one's going to go out of bounds. We'll get the flag for the illegal procedure. And Struthers will start with good field position at the 35-yard line.
I was looking at some of their players. This Giovanni Stewart, 11th grade, 6'1", 215. Boy, does he look like a load. And back in the day when I was the Struthers coach, I had a great linebacker, and he was a running back, David Stewart. So I don't know if they're any relations, but David was a heck of a football player.
Price, Stewart, and DeServo, the receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Asparella in the shotgun, one running back to his left. That'll be Cole. As wait for the snap, hand this one off, nowhere to go in the back. They're actually going to spin and turn and get back. Their ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by Pano Zapolita. Zapolita down the far sideline, and he's going to head into the end zone for the Poland touchdown. Poland scores offensively and then defensively here with 6:04 left first quarter, and somehow or another, Pano tore that ball out of the pile.
Is that what he did?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I didn't see anything. I was looking for the run. I thought he got tackled, and all of a sudden he's running down the field with the ball.
Yeah, we couldn't see it initially, but we saw the change in direction of everybody. We call that a 35-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Pano Zippolita will equal his brother's touchdown. Because I'm sure that dinner is going to be.
I was just going to say, how about that dinner table with these two guys going at it? So, senior and a sophomore. I'd love to see what Dad has to say on these.
Stop wrestling.
Yeah. Shut up and eat.
Salvi Caramusa for the extra point. Vito Kamara to hold. We'll get a brief hold up here by the officials. And they seem to be satisfied with whatever issue they had.
Oh. Looks like we had one extra.
All right, so they will send off Mason Donatelli. Oh, they're going to have the penalty as well. Didn't see the flag.
Should have been. That was probably 12 men.
All right, so they will enforce that on the kickoff. As Caramusa will come in for the extra point. Kamara to hold. Angelilli with the long snap. 6:04 left here, first quarter. 13-0 is your score in favor of Poland. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. 6:04 left here, first quarter, Coach. Poland with a 14-0 lead. And they've done it offensively and defensively. And so far, you like to see this. Everybody's getting to the ball. Everybody's executing and going into week one of the playoffs. That's what you want.
Yeah, and they look really sharp. You know, we talked about that against Lakeview. We weren't sure how they were going to come off the Girard loss, which was just an absolute battle. But they came out sharp, looking good. I give the coaching staff credit for that. They got them prepared, and everything looked good. So they just got to keep it going. So,
and you're worried about after that game with Girard, the emotional hangover.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just from the battle that was, and again, one of the greatest high school games I think we had seen in a really long time.
Yeah.
But then to come back and win decisively over Lakeview, and then here. In the first 6 minutes, take a 14-0 lead with an offensive and defensive touchdown.
But I think with this team, they're a very close-knit team. And like my brother said, they're great friends. They do things together. So, you know what? They probably picked each other up. They didn't let themselves get caught up in that. You know what? You got to learn to, after a loss, forget it because, your job's up next week and you got to get it done.
Short-term memory for the Poland Bulldogs as Anthony Pastella and Aiden Nicholas will be back to return. The Aiden Baranches to kick off for Poland. They assess the penalty, and it is at the 45, and Baranches will send this one back to the goal line. This one going to be picked up by Nicholas. He'll bring it up from the goal line out near the 20-yard line, and that's where Struthers will start off first and 10 here with 5:56 left here first quarter. Poland with a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a good job, good coverage. I'll tell you what, he kicked it right to the goal line. So.
Of course, earlier we got to hear from Coach Tom Pavlansky and Cleveland Cobras Coach's Corner. Cobras are in pursuit of a PAFL championship. If you're looking to continue your football career, contact owner Jesse Caldwell, 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement. Cleveland Cobras football, and of course, Coach, we always are, as it will be Price, Stewart, and Nicholas, the three receivers to the left of Pascarella. We'll have one running back to his left hip. Pascarella back to pass, three-step drop, fires out to the near side. That one's going to be caught near the 24-yard line by Anthony Pastella.
Good throw. It's up a little high. He's got to get that ball down a little bit, or those receivers are going to be a little bit sore by the end of the night. You've got to get that down because if he overthrows that and Poland's right there, that's a pick six. So he's just got to relax and release a little bit sooner so it's balls not sailing on him.
Yeah, Ashton Pascarella with a strong arm there, but kind of thrown off his back foot. But again, Coach, only a sophomore.
Yep, he'll learn.
Three to the left of Pascarella this time. Single receiver to his right. Quick pass out. He'll pull it in. He'll make it get out past the 25, call his own number, and he'll fight his way out to the 35-yard line. And that is enough, I believe, for a Struthers first down. A great run by the young sophomore quarterback.
Well, he was smart. He was able to break the edge, and it was sealed for him, and he wanted to get rid of the ball, but it was covered. And he saw a little greenery up in front of him, and he had a good run on that.
And I think he saw that far side. Had good coverage over there. Good decision by a young quarterback here. He'll take it, and he'll turn what could have been an incomplete pass or an interception into positive yards, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The young man made a great decision.
Twin receivers to the near side. That'll be Pastella and Cole. 3 receivers to the left. They'll go empty backfield. Pascarella waiting for the snap. He'll look out to his right, under pressure immediately, and he's going to be brought down again. Cam Hackstead will get him this time, and the ball now marked at the 30-yard line. That'll be a loss of 10.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to delay rolling him either left or right, because if he's standing back there in the pocket, man, I'll tell you what, he's got to get rid of it a little bit quicker, because them dogs up front, they're coming like a train.
I was never a big fan of the empty backfield back there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's especially when you have a talented front four, as Poland does.
Absolutely. Got to leave a hanger in there just to help out.
So again, Price, Nicholas, and Stewart, the 3 receivers to the left of Pascarell, empty backfield. He'll take it himself upfield, run into his own guys, and he's wrapped up at the 25-yard line. Nowhere to go. That charge being led by Colt Arnold.
Well, what looked like happened was the defensive line literally blew the offensive line into the backfield, and he had nowhere to go. So they didn't give him an alley, and he got crushed.
3rd down for Struthers. They're going to have to get to their own 45-yard line. Ball marked now at the 25. So go 3 receivers to the far side. Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Anthony Pascarella in the shotgun. We'll have to do Pastella and Pascarella. Pronounce those so I get them right. They're going to send Nicholas in motion, left to right. Back to passes. Pascarella looking downfield, fires over the middle. That's going to be caught at the 35-yard line. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. And that coverage provided by J.J. Fonda.
Yeah, it was a great job, but I think Struthers needs to get the ball out of there and get this thing punted. Don't make a mistake down here.
So Vito Kamara again going to step back for the return. Anthony Pastella will punt this one away. He'll post up right around his own 23-yard line. Vito Kamara at his own 30. 2:30 left here, first quarter. Poland with a 14-0 lead. Punt from the right hash. Ball is back here. Pastella will get a hold of it. Nice high end-over-end punt. Kamara going to field this at the 33-yard line. He'll bring it out to the near side to the 40, 45, and he will cruise out of bounds into the Struthers sideline. Poland will take over 1st and 10 with 2:12 left here in this first frame.
I tell you what, he's daring. He had people around him, but he still managed to catch that ball, take a little jab step. Defender ran right past him, and he took it upfield for good yardage.
Of course, coming up, we will bring you the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update. Discount Power Sports is your go-to store for discount ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bikes, and more. Visit them at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 330-717-4441. Angelilli and Jones going to be in the backfield here. They'll go to the I formation, single receiver to each side. 1st and 10 for Poland, their own 48-yard line. Zapolita under center. 4-man front for the Struthers defense. Zapolita with the hand off the right side. Chase Jones with some room to run. He'll get to the outside. He'll make it around Pastella and be pushed out of bounds near the Struthers 43-yard line. They'll actually give him the 42. And it looks, I believe that's where he needed to get to for the first down, but it's going to be close. And nope, they're going to say they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, it looked like from here. It was right. I was looking right down there, and it looked like he got it.
Chase Jones looking for that right side, had to bounce it to the outside. They'll be on the right hash mark this time. 1:47 left here as the clock will continue to run. DeLomo now going to be the single receiver to the near side. Zapolita will go back to the shotgun, wing to each side, single receiver to the far side. Zapolita watching the play clocks. Play action. He'll roll out to the near side. Fire out to the flat. Caught at the 31-yard line. DeLomo pushed out of bounds near the 28-yard line, and enough for another Poland first down here with 1:26 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that because he sat out last week. He got banged up pretty good, and I'm glad he's back out on the field. When I was down with Coach Dave, he's standing next to me. I'll tell you what, that's a tall drink of milk there. I tell you what.
Anthony DeLomo, the 6'3", 170-pound senior, playing his final regular season game here in Poland. Single receiver to each side. Mimo will be to the far side. DeLomo to the near side. Zapolita, that's going to be Kamara in the shotgun. And he's going to hand this one off to David Zapolita. A little roll reversal back to the inside. And Zippolita going to be tripped up near the 18-yard line. And I believe if it wasn't for Mason Donatelli, Zippolita would have been headed into the end zone near us.
I'll tell you what, yow. Trying to catch him is unbelievable. He is so wiry, and he's got such great moves. And, you know, we watched him last year, and he's just an incredible football player. Great vision, too.
Kamara stepping in at quarterback now. Actually, David Zippolita will be the tailback behind him. Twin receivers to the near side. That's going to be Delomo and Jones. Single receiver to the far side. Option to the far side. Kamara pitching it out to David Zippolita, trying to find some room. Nowhere really to go. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard out of it. But that will bring up second and, we'll call it second and, well, they're going to actually give him a little bit more credit to the 17-yard line. More than I thought that he had actually gotten.
Yeah.
But we'll bring up second down now for Poland.
Well, that was on the far side, and with all the people chasing him, we couldn't tell exactly how far he got. But you were close, Jim. About a half yard.
Trayvon James will head to the sideline for Struthers. Again, Poland kind of moving some parts around here. David Zippolita back at quarterback. He'll hand this one off straight up the middle. Poland headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Angelo Angelilli on a 17-yard touchdown run. And we're going to have a flag after the whistle here. Maybe some unsportsmanlike. I don't know if it's going to be an excessive celebration or a reaction by Struthers.
Looked like, I'm not sure, but I don't want to misspeak, but somebody was on top of a Struthers guy, and he was trying to get up, but the Struthers player didn't particularly care for it. So that got a little bit of, so we'll see what we got.
Poland for the extra point.
They're calling it holding, which, okay.
All right, so obviously this one's going to be on Struthers.
That penalty will be on the kicker.
Okay, so I have another penalty enforced on the kickoff after this. Salvi Karamusa for the extra point. He's 2 for 2 here so far tonight. 6 seconds left here, first quarter. 20-0 is your score, pending the outcome of this extra point. Karamusa, the freshman. Had a pretty good year here. Snap is back. Great hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here, Coach. We're going to head to our quarter break here as we burn through these last 6 seconds, but also we will start taking a look at the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update over on Western Reserve Radio 2. It is the Warren Harding Raiders and the Austintown Fitch Falcons on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. And play along here with Mark Means, and Dave Clark. Good luck, Dave Clark, controlling that.
Yeah, there you go. You got one on each side of you. Just think about that. 2 Means.
Yeah, Discount Power Sports scoreboard update. Beaver Local taking an early 7-0 lead over Lakeview. Champion with an 8-0 lead over Newton Falls. Lowville with a 7-6 lead over Springfield. Girard in the first quarter, 16-0 over Niles. Austintown Fitch with a 7-0 lead over Harding. And just because I like saying this, Coach, Punxsutawney 14-0 over Sharpsville. They're in western Pennsylvania. McDonald leads Mineral Ridge 7-0.
The Chucks. Punxsutawney Chucks. Coach Noble and I had a little good time with them down one time during a coach's clinic.
So Tyler Cole and Anthony Pastella back to return for Struthers. And it's going to be Varanches kicking off from the Struthers 45-yard line. This one will be high, and it will head into the end zone for a touchback. Struthers will take over first and 10. 6 seconds left here, first quarter. Poland with a 21-0 lead. Quick, fast, and in a hurry here is Poland would get on the board with a touchdown pass to Vito Camaro from David Zippolita for 24 yards. And it would be Plano Zippolita with the strip fumble, and then he would head into the end zone. We'll call that a 35-yard return. And then just with 6 seconds left here, Angelo Angelilli into the end zone at a 17-yard touchdown run. Gives us our 21-0 score.
Yeah, Struthers just got to settle down, and that offensive line has got to dig in a little bit here. These guys up front from Poland, we know what they can do, so Struthers has got to give these kids some time in the back.
Pascarella in the shotgun, one running back to his right, two receivers to his right. Back to pass, no options, stepping up in the pocket. He'll tuck it on, and he's going to be hit and brought down as we come to the end of the first quarter. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 8 for Struthers. You are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on WRQX AM 600 The Patriot and Western Reserve Radio. We are back on the other side.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
2nd and 9 from the Struthers 21-yard line. Pascarella in the shotgun, three receivers to his left, single receiver to the far side. He'll hand this one up the middle, nowhere to go. Wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd down now for Struthers as we get underway here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're trying inside of that line, but it's going nowhere. So I liked when they were sprinting right and sprinting left. They seemed to give the quarterback a little bit more time, and they were easier for the line to step outside and seal them in a little bit.
Yeah, certainly opened the field for him. As they'll go back to that same three wide receiver formation. So the left of Pascarella, Tyler Cole, another sophomore to his right hip. Back to pass, looking out to his left. Now to his right. Plenty of time here. Great job by the Struthers offensive line as Pascarella's going to have to take off. Chased down by Zippolita, and he's going to be brought down near the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. So 3rd and 5 now for Struthers, but an outstanding job by the Struthers line. Give them a lot of time, just had no options downfield.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought he was going to get away from Pono, but he was able to get a paw on the back of him and yank him down. So good job by the defense, good job by the offense, positive yards. We got a little Buffalo backfield here.
Oh, excuse me. It's going to be 4th down here. High snap going to go over the head of Anthony Pastella into the end zone. It's going to be covered up by Poland. Pono Zippolita with his 2nd touchdown of the day defensively.
I don't understand why he did not jump on that ball. He literally stood there. It looked like he was going to pick it up, and then I don't know what he was thinking. And unfortunately, when Poland got it, that's a touchdown for Poland. So, again, got to think a little bit out there.
I guess we'll designate that a fumble, and it'll be another recovery for Pono Zippolita, his 2nd touchdown of the game.
I think he was confused. I'm not sure. But, I mean, it's a live ball, and you got to jump on that thing regardless of where it's at.
Salvi Caramusa coming on for the extra point.
Mr. Quinn's grandson seems to be doing a great job.
Certainly has this year, been very consistent. Angelillo will snap this one. Kamara will hold it, and it will be good. Went a little bit to the left there, Coach. I thought maybe we jinxed him here, but nonetheless, 10:36 left here in first quarter. Poland now with a 28-0 lead. And for Pono Zippolita, his 2nd touchdown of the half. And both essentially on fumble recoveries. High snap goes over the head of Anthony Pastella. And it gives Poland the 4-score lead.
Yeah, just got to think a little bit. You can't get wrapped up in what's going on out there. Think. Forget the score. You just got to play your game now. And this is where it gets hard, where these kids get tanked. As a coach, you have got to keep building them up, and you've got to keep being positive, because to be negative right now, you can really tank it bad. So you've got to pick it up, talk to them, save things, and just get a drive going like they did in their first series. Did a good job driving down the field, mixing it up, but I still think they need to roll the quarterback out either right or left. They seem to be able to do that and then attack it.
Discount Power Sports scoreboard update. Now Crestview with a 7-0 lead over LeBray. Valley Christian leads East Palestine 20-6. Western Reserve with a 6-0 lead over Jackson Milton. Columbiana leads Lisbon 7-0. McDonald with a 7-0 lead over Mineral Ridge. We'll come back to that Puxatawny score just because I like saying it. Fitch still with a 7-0 lead over Harding. Of course, on Sports Radio 1240. Western Reserve Radio 2 with the team of Mark Means. Mark Means. Dave Clark. Yeah, that joke's going to get old tonight. I get it.
We get you.
All right, moving on.
Branches will be kicking off for Poland.
Branches, the senior. Say a shout out to his parents, Lindsay and Sean. As this one will be fielded near the 8-yard line, brought out by Struthers, out to the 20, makes one cut, back to the inside, 25, out to the near the 28-yard line. Anthony Pastello on the return, the senior for Struthers.
Yeah, that was a great job, great return. Did a good job. Took it out. Drew stepped a little bit, but then met Ashton Sattarelli. He was able to bring him down. So decent field position, nothing great, but at least they ain't pinned back. So let's see what Struthers can do. Let's see if they start sprinting him left or right. Right-handed quarterback, sprint him right and try to get something open there.
10:29 left here, second quarter. First and 10 for Struthers at their own 28-yard line. Pascarella in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right this time. He'll take it himself. Try to get upfield, but he's going to be pushed down in the backfield. Cam Hackstead gets to him, and it's going to be a loss of yardage for Struthers. Hackstead, I believe, with his second sack of the night.
Maybe second sack, but I bet you that's at least his 5th solo tackle already.
The front four for Struthers, for Poland has been outstanding.
Yeah, they're dominating.
They've had a very good year here, Coach.
Yeah.
Even against top competition there, including Girard here, they performed very well.
Well, it looked like the Struthers player actually cooked them, and I thought that's what was going on, but he must have extended that inside arm and was able to keep that outside arm nice and loose, and he was able to bring him down.
Price, Stewart, and DeSerbo will be the receivers to the left. Pascarella in the shotgun. Drops the ball, but picks it up, and he'll be on the run to the near side, looking downfield. Nothing out there. He'll cut back to the inside 30, down near the 32-yard line.
Across the 30.
Pickup of just about 9 on the play, but still going to be a couple yards short of a first down.
I want to tell you something. I was watching. Pano had him around the 20-yard line, and he sidestepped Pano. And how Pano made up that much ground to tackle him. He's like, and I hate to use the word, but Pano sometimes plays possessed. He just is all over the place.
Pascarella, Price, and Stewart, the receivers to the right of Pascarella. Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Donatelli. Back to pass is Pascarella. Downfield, taking the shot as a man wide open, caught at the 30, 25, and he'll be brought down near the 22-yard line. Anthony Pastella with a big reception downfield. Gives Struthers some life. They'll mark this at the Poland 21-yard line. He just split the defenders and was right down the middle of the field.
But we talked about this game after game. If anything of Poland has a bit of a weakness, it's the long ball. And this has happened to him game after game after game. Now, they've always made adjustments, so they were able to correct it. But he had 2 defenders back there, and he threw that ball perfectly, and the receiver split the defenders. So outstanding job by the Wildcats.
Yeah, beautifully thrown ball by Ashton Pascarella, cut by Anthony Pastella. 3 receivers now to the left. Poland going to make some adjustments up front. They're going to get a flag, and Poland moved from right to left and drew Struthers off. And so your favorite down and distance, Coach, it'll be 1st and 15.
Just like I like it. You guys from the Scourge.
I don't know if you like it, but that's what you had.
That's what I got. Yeah, we talked about that. We're going through the officials before the game. I used to tell the guys that I knew, Robbie Lucklin and those guys, and say, hey, could you do me a favor? What's that, Coach? Just start me 1st and 15 every down, because that's how it's going to be anyway.
So 1st and 15 for Struthers. Ball at the Poland 26-yard line. Twin receivers to each side now. Pascarella waiting for the snap.
Low
He'll
snap.
call to his left. Rolling out to the near side under pressure. And he's going to get rid of this one down here. Almost caught as it was going out of bounds by Marcus DeSerbo, the sophomore. A little bit of holding going on, but I think the officials were not too keen on calling it, but nonetheless, great movement by Pascarella. Got that ball down, and again, I don't know if he was throwing it out of bounds. But certainly Marcus DeSerbo looked like he was trying to go for it.
All I know is as he's rolling out, he's kept his eyes downfield, and at the last minute, he released that because number 43 wearing that green Under Armour underneath his uniform, he was coming like a freight train, and he got belted as soon as he released it.
Pascarella will be the single receiver to the far side. Trip receivers to the left side of Pascarella. It'll be Cole on his left hip. 2nd and 15, back to pass. Rolling out to the near side again. Under pressure. Zippolita going to push him and actually force him to throw that ball out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd down. And Bono Zippolita, and we've seen him in situations where he's been the spy for the quarterback and has done a great job.
Absolutely. He has done an amazing job. He's just spying him. As soon as he broke ground and he broke the line of scrimmage, Bono was up on him. And we saw that against Girard where he was able to keep that quarterback. Let's face it, he could have ran for 4,000 yards that game. And he kept him in check. I mean, he still got the yardage running the ball. But I'll tell you what, Bono, they've really done a great job with the defense with him spying.
Bono Zippolita, the 5'11", 205-pound linebacker, one of the best in the Valley. Pascarella waiting for the snap. He'll go 3-by-1. Rolling out to the near side under pressure. Hackstead chasing him down. Angelilli will get to him. He'll get the ball off, actually, and it'll be caught and brought out near the 21-yard line. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. Marcus DeSerbo on the reception for the Cats.
Yeah, it looked like he may have got the, well, he still got about 11 yards to go anyway.
He's working from behind the sticks.
Yeah.
A great work by the young quarterback, Ashton Pascarella, creating some time and getting that ball off.
Okay, I would say running for his life, but that's however you want to do it.
Well, sometimes you have to rate it like a Hallmark card.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Here we go. 4th down, they're going, obviously.
Pastella, Price, and Stewart, the receivers to the far side. That'll be DeSerbo, the single receiver to the near side. Pascarella in the shotgun, Cole to his right hip. They're going to send Pastella in motion. Under pressure, stepping up, fires over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Okay, thought Chase Jones had a shot at it, but that's going to be a turnover on downs and probably a smarter play to let that one go.
Just going to say that, Jim, he probably was better off letting it hit the ground anyway, because then that would have got better field position.
So Poland will take over on down. 6:38 left here, 2nd quarter. Poland 28, Struthers nothing here in the early going. Long way to go here for Poland as it appears, should nothing change and the football gods see otherwise, it looks like Poland will have a bye next week on Halloween night.
Yes, they will.
They will be back the following week here at Pavlansky Field. And we don't like to get ahead of ourselves, but let's be honest, Coach, math is pretty universal and inarguable.
Yep. Absolutely.
It'll be Zippolita and Kamara in the backfield. I don't know which one's supposed to be the quarterback here. They're standing hip to hip. 3 receivers to the left. They'll go wing left. Back to pass. Swing pass. Out to Kamara. Kamara past the 20, 25, 30. He'll break a couple tackles past the 35 and head down to the 36-yard line. And Poland will have the ball 1st and 10. Clock will continue to run here with 6.5 minutes left here. As soon as they get the marker set, Poland with a 28-0 lead.
Well, it looked like 26 made the tackle, but
it's hard to tell sometimes. These jerseys are so tight.
Well, it looked like.
All right, so that might be a 28. Jacob DuBois, the freshman, one of those young players. I formation now. Zippolita under center. He'll hand it off. Get to the line of scrimmage. Maybe pick up a half a yard on the play.
Good job by the defense. They that line was able to gather them up. They shot off. Good job by the Cats up front.
So 2nd and 10 here. No gain on the play. 5:56 left here as the clock continues to run here. 2nd quarter. Week 10 of the Ohio high school football season. A lot going on here. Teams fighting for position here in the playoffs. They include Manchester, South Range, and Pie Valley. As Poland now have 3 receivers to the right of David Zippolito to work from the left hash mark. He'll send Kamara in motion from right to left. He'll go back. Zippolito back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Plenty of time. Has Kamara. And then it'll be Zippolito that's going to tuck it and run past midfield. He'll run out of bounds near the 43-yard line. And David Zippolito will take the ball into Struthers territory with 5:23 left here, second quarter.
If I was a betting man, I would have said he's going to plant his foot before he goes out of bounds and takes it back across the field. But I guess he felt that
playing the smart ball tonight.
Why get banged up? We're doing what we need to do.
So twin receivers to the far side. That'll be Fonda and Delomo. Twin receivers to the near side. That'll be Mimo and Kamara. Zippolito check with the sideline. He'll have Chase Jones to his right in the backfield. Zippolito working the signal up front. Gives it to Chase Jones. Jones off the right side. Upfield 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Chase Jones on a 42-yard touchdown run. 34-0 is your score. Poland with the lead.
I'll tell you what, I watched the guard and the tackle. Absolutely, guard blocks down, tackle kicked out, and just opened a beautiful hole for him. That speed, he's just gone. Raj Mahal out there with his pyro. Every touchdown.
And also, I believe, the home of Chase Jones. He gets a little extra pyro for the touchdown. That's what I'm told anyway. I don't know if that's true, but
okay.
I'm going to assume that there was a couple of extra pops.
That could have been.
Or for the hometown boy. All right, so Salvi Caramusa for the extra point. Kamara holds, snap is back, kick is up. And Caramusa is 5 for 5 on extra points. 5:14 left here, second quarter. Poland with a 35-0 lead. We'll step aside for a timeout. You are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. We're back on the other side. Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. Back here, second quarter, 5:14 left. Poland with a 35-0 lead. As we take a look at some of the scores from around the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update. The game particularly we'll be keeping an eye on, of course, will be the Austintown Fitch Falcons who lead the Warren Harding Raiders 7-0 that game. With Mark Means, Dave Clark, Mark Means. Sound like one of them digital repeaters.
Yeah.
Aiden Baranches
Absolutely.
will kick this one off. All kickoffs brought to you by the Village Tavern. And this one going to be an end-over-end kick fielded near the 7-yard line. Dropped
the ball.
And picked up by Cole. Cole bringing it straight up middle field. And he'll make it out past the 20, near the 21-yard line. Each and every time, Struthers seems to set themselves up decently on their kick return teams.
Yeah, because that could have been disastrous there, Jim.
5:07 left here in the second quarter. Poland with a 35-0 lead. I know the coach and I will be off next Friday as we get ready for the OHSAA playoffs. We'll be back for the second round. Poland will have a bye.
Well, and I'm kind of glad we are. And you know what, Jim? Because at Halloween time, my niece down on Edna, and that's my brother's daughter, we do hot dogs and chips and all kinds of stuff, and they all look forward to it.
I have so many questions. Stuart Price and DeSerbo, the receivers to the left. Up Pascarella, 2 receivers to the far side. Quick pass over the middle. This one's going to be caught at the 25. He'll fight his way down to near the 28-yard line. And I believe that's going to be Marcus DeSerbo on the reception. Excuse me. That is going to be Johnny Stewart.
Yep. Talking about the big 210, 215.
All right, Struthers right back to the line. They'll go 3-by-2. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. 4:42 left, second quarter.
We have a new quarterback.
Back to pass. Fires out. It's going to be intercepted picked off by Poland and brought down near the 5-yard line, trying to determine whether that's an 8 or a 9 that got that. Is that Gavin Seifert? Who do we give the credit to on this? Coach will... All right, so we're trying to follow him to the sideline here, and I believe that's going to be a 9. And that would be Dominic DeLomo. DeLomo, the 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore, gets the interception, and that sets up Poland first and goal at the 5-yard line. So 4.5 left here. And Poland knocking on the door again. That worked from the right hash mark. Kamara, the single receiver to the far side. Angelilli and Zippolita in the backfield. And it looks like it's going to be Struthers with a timeout. We'll keep it right here as we'll take a look at the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update from around the valley. Beaver Local now with a 7-0 lead over Lakeview. Boardman, Coach, I don't want to say this one's a shocker, but Boardman playing tough. They have a 7-0 lead over Canfield.
Whoa.
Champion leads Newton Falls 15-0. Crestview now with a 21-0 lead over LeBray. Valley Christian 20-6 right now over East Palestine. Farrell, they're taking on Erie Prep tonight. Farrell, always a fun team to watch there. They lead 22-6. Brookfield trails Garfield 7-0. Howland trails University 8-6. Western Reserve with a 6-0 lead over Jackson Milton. That in a close game. Columbiana 21, Lisbon 13. Springfield and Lowville now tied up at 13. Just a few minutes away from here. That last reported in the second quarter. Matthews trails Connaughton Valley 18-7. Gerard with a 16-0 lead over Niles. That was last reported back in the first quarter. West Branch with a 14-0 lead over Salem. Big rivalry there in Week 10. That one being played in Salem. Liberty and Southeast tied up at 7. Hubbard leads South Range 10-0. United over Southern 35-0. And Letonia with a 6-0 lead over the Wellsville Tigers. All right.
Wildcats.
So Zippolita essentially at quarterback. He'll take the ball himself up the middle, fight his way forward, try to get into the end zone, and he'll fight his way in. I believe, did we get a signal? And it will be a touchdown, 4-yard touchdown run by Pano Zippolita. He'll get his 3rd touchdown of the night.
No signal.
And
holy mackerel.
And that will be his first offensive touchdown of the night.
There we go. Yeah, I was right. That was Landon Fox who threw that pick. Now Landon's very tall, and he's also a freshman.
It's another one of those young names that I'm sure we will see for a couple of years here.
6'1", 170, and like I say, I think his dad was actually good football and maybe
6'1", 170 as a freshman. All I can tell my son is I'm sorry.
For me, I would love to be that.
Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good for 20 left here. Second quarter, we'll keep it right here. We'll take a look at the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update again as we try to keep you going around here. Of course, tomorrow coming up, Grove City Wolverine football back here for the 12:15 pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff. Of course, you can always hear those games with the voice of the Wolverines, Mark Means. I may have mentioned him once or twice tonight.
Which one?
That's right. He says M-A-R-K spells his name wrong. So M-A-R-C will be at Grove City tomorrow, he and Chris Birch. And, of course, always running things there is the Professor, Ryan Briggs.
He's so proper.
4:20 left here, second quarter. Here's we try to get you some updates from around the valley here. Everything kind of holding steady for the moment. Of course, coming up tomorrow, as always on Saturday morning at 9 a.m., it'll be the Saturday morning sports page with Pat Lucia and Dave Clark. And we'll talk about everything in the wonderful world of sports from 9 to 12. Overtime from 11 to 12 there. As Pat Lucia said, 2 hours isn't enough for us. We have to go 3.
There
we go. Of course, I believe this is the only month in the calendar year where all 4 major sports are in play. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey.
Yeah, they just started the basketball.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Cavs fall to the Knicks the other night as Ranches will send this one down near the 5. It'll die out at the 1. Actually picked up, brought it out of the end zone at the 10, 15, 20, and a great return out to the 25 near 26-yard line. And that'll set Struthers up again. Trying to get the number on the return for Struthers. And
Aiden Nicholas.
Yeah, going to come off with a little bit of a limp. Aiden Nicholas, the senior, will head to the bench. He'll try to shake that one off. Hopefully nothing serious for that young man. 4:12 left here, second quarter. They'll set the ball up at the Struthers 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Poland with a 42-0 lead. They'll go receivers 2 by 2.
And freshman quarterback in again.
And again, you can see headed low snap. Fires this one out to the far side. That's going to be caught at the 30-yard line. And he'll fight his way out to the 35. And Landon Fox, freshman, showing a good arm there. That's a good distance from where he's setting up to that sideline.
3/4 away across that football field, so.
3:48 here. Clock will continue to run. They'll mark the ball at the 31-yard line. Second down now for Struthers. Struthers 2-7 coming in here. Poland 7-2.
I'll tell you what, he got lit when he threw that ball, too. I don't know who blasted him, but you can't take hits like that.
Kelly Mimo will be the corner to our near side. Mimo, the senior, playing both ways now. Quick pass out to the far side. Mimo coming up to make the tackle at the 31-yard line. Textbook tackle. Now, coming up and wrapping up the catch made by Ty Price.
He was on the outside receiver, but he read on his drop. He read the play because the inside receiver kind of bellied out, and then he took the inside receiver and let the outside receiver go. So outstanding job by that young man, looking into the backfield, seeing what he had.
We hit the 3-minute mark here of the second quarter. Poland 42, Struthers nothing. 3 receivers now to the right of the freshman quarterback, Landon Fox. Single receiver to the near side. We'll get a whistle, and we're going to get a flag on the play, a false start coming up against Struthers. That will knock him back.
Skabnicki was already in his stance, and they shifted, and unfortunately, Poland has done a very good job with that draw in the offense, and when they shift their defense, somebody stood up, and that was Skabnicki. He stood right up, and they called a penalty. I don't think they were going to call it, but when you got the whole front of the Poland line pointing at them, it's hard not to.
A couple of 3 penalties, I believe, for Struthers here. Low snap, picked up by Fox. Fox will fire out to the far side, caught at the 30-yard line, and makes his way out to the 35-yard line, and it'll be close to a first down, or they're going to give it to him, and I believe they will. I think that's what they had to get to, and indeed, they will give him the signal, and a great catch by Mason Donatelli, the senior.
Yeah, and what they're doing is that the corners are playing way off, so they're giving them that throw and run. So I think Poland's got to come up just a little bit more to avoid this.
So 1st and 10 for Struthers, their own 35-yard line, 1:54 left. Second quarter, receivers go 3 by 1. I can count. Fox now with the handoff. They'll fight out to the line, to the line of scrimmage, and Pano Zippolita there on the tackle. And he will also be assisted by Jonathan Tanya, the 6'2", 275-pound junior.
Yeah, it was great pitcher tackle, hit, rip, and dropped him. So that was a good job.
They'll say no gain on the play, so 2nd and 10 for Struthers. As we hit the 1:20 mark here in the first half. 3 by 1 again. As Fox now will be in the shotgun. One running back to his left. 3-step drop, steps up, fires down the far sideline, and a miscommunication with the receiver. Pass was intended for Anthony Pastella. Couldn't connect on it, though.
Yeah, I think Vito Camara was running toe-to-toe with him, so I don't think if he would have thrown that to those two guys, that could have been deadly because he was able to get them on the inside.
1:06 on a stopped clock now. So Fox will bring the play in from the sideline. They'll work from the right hash mark. 3rd and 10 for Struthers. Second half here, most certainly going to go into a running clock here. State of Ohio, 30-point differential will take us to a running clock. Less than a 30-point difference, we will head back to regular timing rules as Fox now rolling out to the near side. Plants, fires downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Outstanding effort by Marcus DeSerbo. Couldn't bring it in double coverage. But you take a look at DeSerbo, and as a sophomore, 5'11", 160, looks like he had a little bit of height on the defender's coach there, but did a good job attacking the ball at its highest point.
Yeah, he had Mimo underneath, and then he had looked like Fonda was over top. So that was, he almost brought that down. He went up, climbed the ladder, so it was a good job by that. Good throw.
Just under a minute to play here. Did we have a flag on the play?
What was the flag?
Okay. Okay, so
we got no call.
Okay, we saw no flag either. All right, nonetheless. 1st and 10 for Struthers. Ball right at the midfield stripe. Empty backfield this time, 3-by-2. Fox back to pass. Plants his feet. Fires down the far sideline. Had a man open. It's going to be picked off at the 24-yard line. Poland upfield at midfield. And they'll go out of bounds. Chase Jones on the interception for Poland with just 34 seconds left here in the half. And Fox, I thought, had a guy open there, but Chase Jones came out of nowhere.
I watched as soon as he threw that ball, I looked downfield, and I'll tell you right now, he was just eyeballing that. He timed that thing perfect. He went high up and got it and was able to get the return.
So Poland, 1st and 10 at the Struthers 48-yard line, but only 34 seconds remaining here in the first half. May have to run one play
we'll see
before we head to the break.
Let's see what Poland will do. You never know.
And they'll go 2 receivers to each side. Zippolita in the shotgun. Nemo will be the receiver to the outside, to the near side to us. Zippolita fires out to the far side. Tried to hit on a timing pattern. Couldn't connect. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 29 seconds left in this half. 40 seconds on the play clock. So see if Coach Pavlansky is happy enough to just take this lead into the locker room, be done with it. And David Zippolita will bring into play from the sideline. Kamara and Mimo will be the twin receivers to the near side. It'll be Fonda and Delomo to the other side of the formation. 2-by-2. Here's Poland. Back to pass. Zippolita fires over the middle, and that's going to be caught near the 34-yard line by Kamara with 22 seconds left here. Poland going to go up to hurry up offense here. Going to work on some 2-minute drill as the clock will hit 19 seconds. Zippolita in the shotgun. Receivers 2-by-3. 2 to his left, 3 to his right. Back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Looking for somebody downfield, trying to direct traffic. Fires over the middle. That's going to be caught out near the 18-yard line. Ashton Sattarelli on the reception with 4 seconds left, and Poland is going to take a timeout. And with 4 seconds left, we'll see if they're going to give Salvi Karamusa an opportunity to kick a field goal. Poland with a 42-0 lead.
I would. I'd try to field goal. Let him, because you know what? Get him some practice from this distance with somebody rushing. That's exactly what I would do, because you never know what you can do in a playoff game. This could be crucial if he could hit this. So that would be, what do we got, Jim?
16. Well, it would be a 32-yard field goal total. But you talk about, you get into the playoffs, closer games.
Absolutely. I would kick this.
And you really want to give him the opportunity to kick under pressure here. As I'm not sure, but I know Kamara's up there, and he is the holder.
He is there.
All
81,
right.
He's there.
All right, so the freshman, Salvi Karamusa, will come on for that'll be a 33-yard field goal by Wilson Math. This will be right from the middle of the field. Salvi Karamusa, the 6'1", 180-pound freshman. Pretty big for a kicker, I tell you, Coach.
But that's what you want.
Kamara waiting for the snap. Back kick is up. And it is perfect. As time expires here in the second half, Karamusa with a 33-yard field goal gives Poland the 45-0 lead. We will step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the halftime show. Here from Pavlansky Field in Poland, you are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. We're back after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Time. Struthers Wildcat band out there in entertaining the home side. Poland, though, with a 45-0 lead here. Salvi Karamusa just hit a 33-yard field goal with time expiring. And again, we talked about special teams here, and that could come up big later on here, Coach. I don't think it's going to be as easy going into week 12, because week 11, they're actually going to be home.
Yeah, well, you know,
sitting at home, actually.
But I like that. I like to call. You know, you got 4 seconds. You're in a running clock. You're beating them up pretty good. So my thing is, that's what I said. First thing I saw when that happened, smoke the timeout, put the kid in. You got to practice these long kicks, because that could win a game for you. That could win a playoff or state championship.
Think back to last year, Poland and South Range, 17-16 game. So very close there.
I'm going to take it back a little bit further when Cheney got beat with a field goal.
You're right. You are going to take it back.
I'm going back a little bit. And, that was that's when my girl's son, Danny Lynn, played for Cheney, and that was a heartbreak.
That was a lesson to learn there.
Yeah, it was hard.
Take a look at the scoring recap here. It'd be the first quarter. We'd get it started at 6:18 left. And it would be David Zippolita, after taking last week off, hitting Vito Camaro on a 24-yard touchdown pass. And then just moments later, David, outdone by his brother here, strips the ball. He takes the ball 35 yards the other way on a fumble recovery. And Pano Zippolita makes it a 14-0 lead for Poland at that point. 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Angelo Angelilli gets into the end zone on a 17-yard touchdown run. And then in the second quarter, with 10:36 left in the second frame, a high snap goes over the head of Anthony Pastella. And Johnny on the spot, Pano Zippolita, covers up the ball in the end zone. He gets his second defensive touchdown of the night. And then with 5:14 left in the second quarter, it'd be Chase Jones going 42 yards into the end zone. He would hit pay dirt. They would increase the lead for Poland. And then with 4:20 left, Pano Zippolita decided he wanted to play offense as well tonight here, and he would get it in the end zone on a 40-yard touchdown run. And we would round the second quarter out with just 4 seconds left as Salvi Karamusa would hit a 33-yard field goal. Give Poland the 45-0 lead. Second half, we will start in a running clock, and this will be the second in as many weeks for Poland that they will have a running clock. I'm sure we will see some young guys out there tonight as we get ready for the playoffs. And it'll be some of the players that you will need going into week 12 and 13 as these games get tougher, and you're going to need those extra bodies.
Absolutely.
And I can't tell you how many times we've had that conversation about these programs at the youth level coming up and getting ready for this. And certainly Poland and Struthers have been examples of that, although Struthers struggling this year.
Well, I want to tell you something. That's something that I did when I coached. You know, at halftime, if I'm beating a team this bad, I'm coming out, and Poland have the ball. I tell my offense, if you go down there and score, I'm good with it. But then you're going to be ready on the sidelines because I'm going to start putting subs in. Because if you could get subs in early in the third quarter and fourth quarter, man, it really makes a difference in your football team because now they got the taste.
Yeah, and not only are they going to get that taste, they're going to have significant time in there to put some things together, just to work on some things at a speed that you normally may not see at practice.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. That's exactly what it is. So, and then not only that, it gives these guys a little bit taste. They've been out there holding dummies or being to say it this way, but being the dummies when it's
We've all been there,
We've
Coach.
all been there. And you're getting whacked by them starters and them seniors. So gives you the opportunity to get out there and whack somebody as well. So, again, it's just going to remain to be seen what Coach Pav's going to do. He may just say, we're going to run the ball. If we score, then that's good. And then he may throw his twos in. But I don't think he'll let it get out of hand.
Yeah,
he may wait a little bit longer. But I think my personal opinion, if I was Poland, I'd just run the ball. Forget the passing game unless you obviously need it. But I would just run the ball and just keep that clock screaming as best you can. But it's a running clock, so it won't take much.
Yeah, unofficially here so far, Struthers is going to have 3 penalties for 25 yards. Poland has played a clean game so far. We've seen that over several weeks, and that's going to be crucial. And that's something you like to see with a team, that they make that a cleaner game as they go on in the season. And I don't know if you could be much more happy with Poland. And, of course, the coaching staff will always find things to coach. I know that for me. I know that for
What are you trying to say, Craig?
I'm just saying there will always be something that they'll want to work on. But you have to be happy with the production in terms of the lack of penalties.
Well, that's the other thing, the penalties, and I think that hurt them in the Girard game. And they've cleaned it up again. We saw it at the beginning of the year. The penalties were hurting them, and that's something we talked about. Once we get to that point where we could cut the penalties out, we're going to be that much better of a football team, and that's exactly what happened. So after that, they were able to go penalty-free or very low penalties, and they were able to do the job. So that's a big difference in a football game if you keep that down.
Could be a winning formula going into the playoffs here for the Poland Seminary Bulldogs. We'll step aside for a second timeout. When we come back, we'll take you around the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update around the Valley. You are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600. We're back on the other side.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here as the Poland band performs, and then we are in Halloween costume mode tonight here, as we are 1 week away from Halloween, but it looks like the Bulldogs have earned a night off coming up next Friday if things stand, and I have to venture to, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, Coach, it's going to stay this way.
Yeah.
45-0 currently. Bulldogs in the lead. Well, right now, we'll take a look at the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update from around the area. Discount Power Sports is your go-to store for discount ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bikes, and more. Visit them at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 330-717-4441. If you get lost, I will give you Dave Harris's personal cell phone number. He will get you directions. All right, dry room here. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. All right, we'll start with Beaver Local. They have a 21-7 lead over Lakeview. Newcastle and Blackhawk in Western Pennsylvania tied up at 7. Canfield 7, Boardman 7. That at the half. The Spartans putting up a fight there at Spartan Stadium in Boardman.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your
Champion with a 15-0 lead over Newton Falls. Crestview leads Lakeview 21-0 in the second quarter. Valley Christian still with a 20-6 lead, though. That last reported in the first quarter.
Including thunder, lightning, and heavy rain.
As I think Coach is trying to tell me, okay,
35-yard line, and you can always tell him because he's always got that trombone up high. I could pick him out of the Ohio State band.
All right, Coach got distracted here. Squirrel. Farrell leads Erie Prep 30-7. Brookfield trails Garfield 21-6. Western Reserve leads Jacksonville 6-0. University with an 8-6 lead over Howland that last reported second quarter. In a shootout down in Lisbon, Columbiana 35, Lisbon 21, that at the half. And also at the half, Springfield with a 2013 lead over Lowville. JFK in an early game gets a 19-7 win over Lutheran East. Matthews trails Connaughton Valley 32-7. McDonald and Mineral Ridge, Coach, tied up at 7.
Ooh.
Mineral Ridge has been on the move there. Let's talk to Matt Emster doing the Mineral Ridge game tonight. Girard, 37-0 over Niles. That in the second quarter. Looks like Poland and Girard in a race to 50 right now. Punxsutawney with a 31-0 lead over Sharpsville. West Branch leads Salem 14-6 at half. And every week we watch Salem after we got to see them in week 1 up close. We thought they were going to win some games. They're being competitive against a very tough West Branch Warrior team.
I'll tell you what, good football team. They're getting it together.
It's a good core of young players on there.
Yes, absolutely.
And for Dave Ferris, Mark Means will make you very happy here. Hubbard has a 17-8 lead over South Range. Liberty with a 14-7 lead over Southeast. Liberty 7-2 up to this point. Great rebound year for the Leopards. United with a 41-0 lead over Southern in the second quarter. Kind of surprising there. And Austintown Fitch leads Harding 14-0 that game over on Western Reserve Radio 2, Sports Radio 1240 with Mark Means and Dave Clark. Letonia, they trail Wellsville by a score of 7-6. And coming up tomorrow at noon, it will be the final meeting between the Cheney Cowboys, the East High Golden Bears, and what could be the very end of what you and I knew for many years, and many have known for many years, as the City Series. Yep. And they will become the Youngstown Defenders last year, as both teams will combine. And that's happened once before, Coach, in the city. They were the Panthers.
Yes.
And now they will be the Defenders. And kind of torn on that, Coach. I do miss the days of the City Series, but again, can't support all those schools, and unfortunately, those will go by the wayside in history. And tomorrow will be the last meeting at Rayen Stadium in the city of Youngstown. It will become the home of the Defenders.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of, I'm sure a lot of the alumni for East are very proud, and same way with the Cheney Cowboys. It's saddens me that that's how it's got to be. But again, numbers are down, and it's just it's a sad day.
As they say, times are a-changing, Coach.
Yeah.
We'll step aside for our last time out. When we come back, we'll have the President's Athletic Conference report here for this week with Grove City with Commissioner Joe Underko. All that and more coming up here at the half. You are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600. We're back on the other side. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report for October 25th, 2025. I'm Joe Onderko. This week we will take a quick look back at last week's football action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 8 games this Saturday. Washington and Jefferson remained unbeaten in PAC play following a 56-10 road win at St. Vincent. 4 teams have one league loss, including Geneva, which improved to 4-1 in the league following a 62-20 blowout at Waynesburg. Grove City won its third straight contest, 42-6 at Allegheny. Westminster celebrated homecoming with a 48-6 win over Teal. Finally, Hiram earned its third win at Bethany, 42-21. Case Western Reserve had the weekend off. Offensive Player of the Week honors in the PAC in Week 7 again went to Geneva junior quarterback Caleb Romano, who threw for 373 yards and 4 touchdowns at Waynesburg. Defensive laurels went to Grove City senior linebacker Caleb Brubaker, with 11 tackles, including 2 for losses and a QB sack at Allegheny. Special teams recognition went to Westminster freshman wideout Gianni DeSora, who posted an 83-yard punt return for a TD versus Teal. Newcomer of the week was Westminster freshman quarterback Quentin Good, who threw for 324 yards and 4 TDs in his first career start versus Teal. The Week 8 slate again features 5 league matchups, while St. Vincent has the bye. Longtime rivals renew acquaintances as 4-2 Westminster travels 14 miles down Route 208 to face 4-2 Grove City at Thorn Field at 1 p.m. It's the 107th all-time meeting between the Presbyterian schools since 1892. The Wolverines have won the last 2 meetings against the Titans, including a 36-9 final in New Wilmington a year ago. Grove City head coach Andrew DiDonato previews the heavyweight matchup.
I mean, all of these games, Grove City, Westminster, for the most part, have come down to the final drive. They've just been exciting football games that, we're two programs that have been to the postseason, have seen success in the postseason. Every year we strive to want to put ourselves in position to get back there, and this game always has huge implications on that.
4-3 Geneva is off to its best start in over 15 years and will look to improve to 5-1 in PAC play for the first time ever when the Golden Tornadoes host 0-6 Bethany for homecoming at Reeves Field in Beaver Falls at 3 p.m. The GTs have dominated the all-time series 37-12-1, including edging the Bison 34-27 in West Virginia in 2024. Veteran Geneva head coach Gino DeMarco talks about his program's recent success being a true team effort.
Approaching every week differently, different guys stepping up this past week. I know everybody looked at the point total, but no one's talking about the defense that caused 7 turnovers. It's just a different feel with this group. They're hungry. They've shown this throughout the year.
Fresh off the bye, 3-2-1 Case Western Reserve heads to Greenville to face 0-6 Teal at Alumni Stadium at 12 noon. The Spartans have dominated the series with 11 consecutive wins over the Tomcats, with the last Teal win in the series being a 54-13 final in 1981. Tomcat head coach Sam Bauman talks about his goals for his program heading into the final month of the season.
We are a really, really young team, so it's keeping guys motivated, excited, and understanding that, while the score lines have been not in our favor, there's been some really good football that's been played, and there's a lot of bright spots. The negatives that are there are big, and we got to fix those, but the positives are also big.
In other Week 8 action, 4-2 W&J looks to maintain its hammerlock on first place when the Presidents host 2-5 Waynesburg at Cameron Stadium in Washington at 1 p.m. W&J has won 48 of 52 all-time meetings against their local foes, including a 55-16 decision at Waynesburg last season. Finally, 2-5 Allegheny travels to face 3-3 Hiram at Henry Field at 3 p.m. The program's longtime conference rivals in the NCAC will meet in a PAC contest for the first time since the 1980s. The Gators won the last meeting over the Terriers 38-13 in 2021. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can also follow us on social media via X, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underko. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here at Pavlinsky Field as we get ready for third quarter action. Poland with the 45-0 lead. Take a look again at the scoring recap here. Of course, it has been all Bulldogs here, and in every way you can imagine. Started off in the first quarter, 6:18 left in the first frame. It would be David Zippolita hitting Vito Camara on a 24-yard touchdown pass, and that would be followed up just 14 seconds later as Pano Zippolita would strip the ball away and head 35 yards into the end zone with the fumble recovery. That would give Poland the 14-0 lead. With just 6 seconds left in the first frame, Angelilli would get into the end zone on a 17-yard touchdown run. That would make it 21-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. And then we'd start off the second quarter. 10:36 left. It would be Pano Zippolita recovering a high snap over the head of Anthony Pastella on the punt. And that would be called a touchdown for Pano Zippolita. It would be the second defensive touchdown of the night for the senior. With 5:14 left in the second quarter, it would be Chase Jones heading 42 yards to pay dirt. And then with 4:20 left, Pano Zippolita would play a little bit of offense here. He would carry the ball across the goal line on a 4-yard touchdown run. And then Salvi Caramusa would cap off that first half with a 33-yard field goal, that coming with 4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Your score coming in here to the third quarter is 45-0 in favor of the Poland Bulldogs. As we go back to Joe Idle here, we'll take a look at standings. And the one we're going to be looking at is Division 5, Region 17. Excuse me, Coach. My hard drive just hiccuped. And Cardinal Mooney, they have clinched, and they will have a bye and a home game. For Girard, they have also clinched and will have a bye and a home game. Poland, same as well. Coming up here, they will be off on Halloween next Friday. Garrettsville Garfield, they have clinched as well with a home game. And then after that, teams in action next week will be St. Clairsville, Liberty, Edison, Berkshire, Claymont, Manchester, and South Range. Tuslaw at the 13 position, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get into the playoff scenario there. Pie Valley controlling their own destiny. Take a look at Pie Valley's schedule tonight. They take on Grand Valley at 5 and 4, so that could be an instance. Which there could be a swap between Tuslaw and Pie Valley. But we will try to get you some updated scores here as we go along with the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update. So not everything settled here in Division 5, Region 17, but the top 4 have held steady for the most part, Coach. And for Poland, I think, again, their losses to an undefeated Canfield and to an undefeated Girard. And for either one of those, they will not see Canfield, obviously not same division. But as Struthers will kick this off to get started here, all kickoffs brought to you by the Village Tavern. And this one's going to be a short kick at the 30-yard line, picked up at the 27. We'll bring it out to the far side. And Poland will have it near the 34-yard line. It's going to be Brody Gensler on the return for Poland. And the Bulldogs will start off the third quarter with the ball, 1st and 10 on a running clock.
Yeah, here we go. We'll see what they're doing. We'll see if we've got some new numbers in there, or if he's going to come out with his first team, and what do you got to do? So we'll see what we're doing here.
A real luxury here to have a young quarterback in there, Brody Gensler. But he is a sophomore, him and David Zippolito, both sophomores here. So Gensler will be in a shotgun. He'll have one running back to each side, a wing to the right, single receiver to each side. Poland moving left to right on your devices, and they're all home blue uniforms. Struthers, they're white tops with the red detail, red pants. Of course, we talked about those candy apple red helmets. Love those.
Yep, that looks nice.
As Gensler will watch the play clock. 5 seconds left here. He'll clap for it. Handoff to the near side. They'll try to cut it back to the inside. And Ashton Satterelli will he'll carry the ball out to the, we'll see if they'll give him the 36 or the 37-yard line. Bring up second down now for Poland, as we have a lot of young players in here, and I don't know if we have any starters remaining here, Coach.
It doesn't look like there's any starters. Looks like Coach Pavlansky opted out to bring his, we'll say 2s in. But these guys have played a lot this year. So
we'll call this a glimpse into 2026. As Gensler will bring into play from the sideline. They'll work from the right hash mark. 10:24 left here on a running clock. Single receiver out to the far side. That'll be Dominic Delomo. Single receiver to the near side. They'll go 4 backs in the backfield. Hand off to Satterelli, out to the far side, out to the 40. He'll make it into Struthers territory. 45-yard line, brought down near the 43-yard line. Big run for Poland. Ashton Satterelli will get them into Struthers territory. He'll mark this ball at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, absolute great run. I'll tell you what, good burst of speed. He got to the outside. We got somebody out there plussing out on the play, and it was a good job, good run. Didn't get the number. It was far on the other side of the field, so we apologize about that.
So Vidalomo, the receiver to the far side. They'll go single receiver to the near side as well. Gensler in the shotgun, one running back to each side. Wing to the right. Change up the offense a little bit here. I had some added protection in the backfield. Gensler with the handoff. That's going to be Pope. Pope around the edge. Past the 45. He'll drop his shoulder and make his way down near the 40, possibly the 39. We'll see where they're going to mark it at. And, excuse me, Kyron Pope, who incidentally lives right down the street from me.
Okay, very good.
All right.
5-yard gain on that, too. Keeping the clock running, obviously, running clock. 2nd and 5. Good job.
I think we're going to see, I'm seeing a little bit of change in the formations here, Coach. I see they're going 2 backs in the backfield, a little bit added protection here, but again, more options to run the ball as well.
Absolutely.
And I think maybe Coach Pavlansky's probably heard you talking there, said, we're going to stay to the ground.
Yeah, I figured that's what he was going to do. There's no reason to get anybody. So you're down on the clock. Get it snapped here.
I formation, Gensler under center. Lamping with the run. He'll go off tackle, pick up a couple yards on the play. Third down now for Poland. 8:20 left here on this third quarter running clock. When we are done here, we believe this should be right around the 9 o'clock hour. We will take you to Mollenkopf Stadium for the conclusion of the Austintown Fitch Warren Harding game. Fitch now with a 14-0 lead over the Warren Harding Raiders.
Did you get a Liberty score? I always keep an eye on that. This good friend of mine who was on my staff, Todd Smith. He's out there defensively.
Yeah, Liberty currently at the half with a 28-7 lead over Southeast. On the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update.
They'll be sitting pretty. That was exciting for those guys. They built that team.
A single receiver to each side. Scott to our near side. That'll be DeLomo to the far side. Gensler with the handoff. Satterelli trying to get to the outside. He's going to be hemmed up in the backfield. And
hey, Jim, he kept the ball.
Oh, okay. What a read there. All right.
I tell you what.
Everybody fell for that one.
I saw it. I was wondering, but I thought I'd let you.
Gensler with the read option. And it was so bad that a Struthers defender came up and made the tackle
I tell you,
in the backfield.
Yeah. I mean, it was perfect. He wrote that out, and then he saw the hole, and he pulled it. So you got fourth and one.
We better start taking our notes on Brody Gensler, who could end up being a part of this offense next year. Again, two good sophomore quarterbacks. How spoiled can you be with your riches?
You ain't kidding.
Gensler under center, I formation, single receiver to each side. Gensler. This time he will hand it off to Satterelli. Ashton moving his feet, driving his legs, and he'll make it down near the 25-yard line. They'll give him the 26. With 6:38 left here, third quarter.
They're running it right down the field, and I like that. I like what he's doing. Keep the clock running. Just run the ball. No reason to throw the ball. Just keep it on the ground. Keep the clock running.
I think that clock's going to run no matter what.
Well, I get you. But I'm just saying, though, you know what? And I'm sure it's just keep it on the ground. Don't embarrass Struthers. You're winning this game. They're just grinding it out. That's all. Keeping the clock running.
6:10 left here, third quarter. Now the big anticipation will be who will come to Pavlansky Field in Week 12.
Could be interesting.
Twin receivers to the right. Gensler in the shotgun. Satterelli to his left hip. He'll go a wing to the right as well. This one going to be a handoff. Excuse me, that's going to be Pope in the backfield. Gensler going to take the ball upfield. He'll slip one tackle and be brought down just short of the goal line. Flag on the play. I believe they may have a horse collar tackle.
Yeah, that's what they're calling. The official that threw the flag, he's reaching for his collar, so it's going to be horse collar. That's 15 yards, half the distance.
Half the distance from about the 1 yard line will be 1/2 yard.
Yeah, half yard line.
All right. So I don't think the officials are going to wear themselves out spotting this one. All right. So first and goal at the 1 yard line for Poland. 5.5 minutes left. Third quarter here. Of course, coming up here will be everybody's favorite fourth quarter here in the Valley. We'll talk about that, but.
Got to hit it. Got to hit it one day.
Dave Ferris was on his way there tonight. This is a teaser. Was on his way there tonight, and a tree fell down. And lost power.
Really?
Yes. It just.
There's always 2 weeks.
Some
Dave.
Outside forces here. We're going to have a flag here. It looks like, or excuse me, we're going to take a timeout. Poland will take a timeout. 4:57 left here, third quarter. We'll step aside as well for a break. You are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600. We're back on the other side.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
4:57 left here, third quarter. First and goal for the Bulldogs. After a Gensler run gets them down to the 1 yard line. We're on Western Reserve Radio, Tune Sports Radio 1240. Fitch with a 14-0 lead over Harding. And we'll take you to that game as soon as this one is over here. I'm joined Mark Means and Dave Clark. As Gensler now in the shotgun.
Still first and goal.
I believe that's going to be Alex Frangos to his right in the backfield. Gensler to the right side, steps up, and he's going to be close. Is it going to be a touchdown? And no, they're going to say short. So 2nd and goal now for Poland. The clock hits the 4.5-minute mark.
Yeah, they're going to eat all of it, just about all this quarter, just on this drive. So
that has been the strength of the Poland Bulldogs here, especially in the second half of the season. They were good in the first half, but they've just gotten better.
Now, this is what would Coach Bob call in this one? You got it on about the half-yard line. What would I call?
Derek Maddox handoff.
You're Derek Maddox, or I'm going to go silent snap and just walk into the end zone. They won't be ready for it. Just go up there and tap the center. Tell everybody don't move. Go under center, tap them, and lean.
So Dan Lamping will be the fullback. Aiden Perry will be the tailback. Gensler under center. He'll give it to Perry. Perry going to be hemmed up at the goal line. It'll bring up 3rd down for Poland. Tackle made by Tyler Cole.
Now, when you're bunched like that, I'll tell you right now, what would work right? And you got, 3rd down? I'm going to do the same thing, only keep it and boot it out to the left. There was nobody out to the outside.
To that backside of the play there. See if they'll catch him off guard here. Perry will remain in the game as the tailback.
Yep. Reverse out like you're handing it, and then keep it and run to the left.
All right, so Poland taking their time out, or taking their time. Play clock's in both end zones here, 15 seconds down.
And we're under the 3-minute mark.
Dito will be the tight end to the left. Perry now the tailback. Gensler under center. Lamping will now go wing right. Gensler taking it himself. He'll lean forward. I don't think he's going to get it. And that'll bring up 4th down for Poland. And is this an opportunity? If Salvi Karabusa, the freshman kicker, come in to add another 3?
No, I wouldn't. I'd run it. Because you got him pinned back there anyway, Jim. I'd run it. Run boot.
2:35 left here, 3rd quarter. Well, thank you all season long for joining us all season long. We'll get it right here on the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. Can't believe it's week 10. And I'm going to make you feel real old in a second. I'm going to show you how time's going to fly here as we have Gensler with Perry to his left. Lamping will be the wing to the left. And then they're going to send a man in motion. That'll be Scott. And it'll be Scott with the handoff into the end zone. Touchdown, Poland on the 1-yard touchdown run.
There we go. We got the signal.
Caleb Scott with the 1-yard touchdown run gives Poland 51-0 lead.
Yeah. My boy, Jerry Fordham, he had that signal. I'll tell you, he was all over that, Jim.
Jerry Fordham has been around for a lot of years.
Yes. Jerry, good guy. I'll tell you what. Absolutely.
Indeed, as we get some intense pyro here tonight, here up over on the north side of the road. As Caleb Scott gets on the score sheet on a 1-yard touchdown run, 52-0. After the extra point is good. We'll keep it right here. I think we already got our 3rd quarter break in here. Of course, everybody's favorite 4th quarter in the Valley coming up. Here is a question from my good friend Jay Maseko, who says we're doing a good job. So I'm going to say my great friend. You want to know who the coach was? How does he not know who the coach is?
Oh,
my goodness. I thought you were world famous.
Just, just some broken down old guy that did it a few years, that's all. We have a good time on the radio.
Take a look at the Discount Power Sports scoreboard update from around the Valley. And right now, Beaver Local opening up on Lakeview. It's 28-7 in favor of the Beavers. Over in Western Pennsylvania, Newcastle and Blackhawk all tied up at 7. 3rd quarter reported Canfield Boardman tied up at 7. That's an interesting one.
That's big. Because they'd be on their undefeated season if they lose that game.
Yep, Valley Christian leads East Palestine 34-22. Garfield over Brookfield 28-6. Try to find that Liberty score for you, Coach. Here's They now lead Southeast at the half. Last report at the half, 28-7. And over our sister station, Western Reserve Radio 2, Sports Radio 1240, the Austintown Fitch Falcons with a 14-0 lead over the Warren Harding Raiders. Mark Means had an opportunity to speak with both coaching staff. Some interesting things said this week on the Warren Harding side. Oh. Aiden Branches will get ready to kick this one off. Well, kickoff's brought to you by the Village Tavern. Branches, the senior, will send us one downfield. It'll land at the 5-yard line. And it'll stay inbounds, picked up by Anthony Pastella. He is trying to find some room to run, but he won't be able to get away from Tony Dito.
Whoa, we got some extracurricular going on.
Tony Dito, the 6'2", 165-pound sophomore, makes the tackle for Poland, and Struthers will set up around their own 10-yard line. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. We're just 35 seconds from the greatest quarter in the Valley, Coach.
I had to laugh. They Ethan Smith and Tyler Cole run about the 20-yard line. That looked like they were doing a little two-step out there together.
It's not hockey, boys. It's not hockey.
Well, it kind of looked like somebody got shoved in the board and didn't like it.
Youngstown Phantoms will be back in action next Friday night.
I like how you flowed right in there.
You lead me right into it. 3 receivers to the right of Fox, then we'll receiver to the neck, and they'll hand this one off. It'll be Cole. Cole off the right side with some room to run, and he'll fight his way out near the 19-yard line, maybe out to the 20, depending on where they're going to mark it. A gain of 10 could be a first down for Struthers, and it is.
It is first down.
And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter here in Poland after 3. It's Poland 52, Struthers nothing. We'll step aside for a timeout. We're listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600. We're back on the other side.
Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras. Now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Field fourth quarter here, fresh 12 up here as we stay on a running clock. And of course, this fourth quarter brought to you by Lena's Pierogi House. Lena's is your home, the area's best variety of pierogies. Visit Lena's Pierogi House on Facebook to see the weekly lineup of available flavors. For dine-in or carry-out, call Lena's at 234-254-8532. Coach, it wasn't meant to be today. Mother Nature got us. A tree fell down.
That's horrible.
Fox back to pass. Looking for a man downfield. That's going to be caught inside Poland territory near the 48-yard line. Outstanding catch by Anthony Pastella down the Struthers sideline.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. 2 defenders right there. They have got to work to that football, and there's where the problem lies. They have one low, one high, but they've got to converse on that football, and they didn't.
Discount Power Sports scoreboard update now. Fitch with a 21-0 lead over Harding. Mineral Ridge trailing McDonald now 14-7 in what is becoming a very good game there. McDonald getting the challenge from Mineral Ridge as we hit just about the 11-minute mark here of the fourth quarter. 3 receivers out to the far side for Struthers. That'll be Price, Stewart, and Donatelli. Fox in the shotgun. He'll give this to Cole. Cole out to the far side, trying to find some room to run. He'll get upfield and fight his way down near the 31-yard line. Pickup of about 11 on the play, and enough for a Struthers first down.
Yeah, Ethan Smith was there on that tackle. He's playing like linebacker on that one, so he was able to gather him up. Struthers is moving the ball.
10:40 left here as the clock continues to run. As we wind down the very fast 2025 regular season here in the state of Ohio.
Crazy.
And I think part of it is that the weather really hasn't been that bad. It hasn't changed over to cold.
No.
But coming up here in November,
yeah, we know what could happen.
We may be seeing that. So we'll go 3-by-1 receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Fox in the shotgun, Cole to his right side. 1st and 10 from the Poland 31-yard line. Now hand this one off to Cole. Cole off the left side. He'll reach out towards the 20 and be pushed out of bounds inside the 15. And Poland says the ball came loose. And see if the officials agree, and indeed they do. Struthers turns the ball over with 9:59 left here, fourth quarter. That will stop the clock. And we have Poland players falling down. I don't know what's earth shifted.
Yeah, whoever picked up the fumble just got mauled by the Poland bench.
All right, so the celebration probably rougher than the actual play. But Poland now with the ball, leading 52-0. And as we start to wind this down, of course, we want to take an opportunity to thank all of our great sponsors here, including our title sponsor, the Youngstown Patricians, and John Galbraith and the crew and board of the Youngstown Patricians have been outstanding in their support.
Yep. And
certainly we look forward to having them back here on the iMedia One Network coming up next year, more PAFL action.
John's a good guy. He runs a good product. He's done well with it, and I like the man. He's a good man.
So I believe that's going to be Gensler still in the I formation. Lamping will be the fullback. Pope will be the tailback. Single receiver to each side. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Gensler with the handoff. Pope off the right side. Not much room there. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down now for Poland. And, of course, as we continue on, I want to thank Jesse Caldwell and the Cleveland Cobras. I believe it's been 10 years that we have been doing games for the Cleveland Cobras, and you couldn't ask for more fun on a summer night on the Saturdays from May until August. Of course, the Village Tavern sponsored all of our kickoff and field goals. Nearly 100 years, the Village Tavern has been one of the area's favorite local spots for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Village Tavern is located at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard and online at villagetavern3.com. 2nd and 10 for Poland at their 12-yard line. Gensler in the shotgun. Pope to his left. 2 receivers to the left. Gensler going to call his own number, try to get out to the left side, and he's going to be wrestled down in the backfield. Gianni Stewart leading the charge on that. He'll be helped out by Tyler Cole.
Yeah, he tried to pull that and go this side of the field, but there was a whole lot of red and white standing there.
Good pursuit angles by the Wildcats.
They did a good job. They had him boxed in.
And, of course, our Discount Power Sports scoreboard updates brought to you by Discount Power Sports. Discount Power Sports, your go-to store for discount ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bikes, and more. Visit us at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 330-717-4441. And then, of course, we cannot forget Lena's.
Absolutely.
Lena's kind of the thing that we do when we eat there. We have to lean over a little bit, lean into a wall. As Gensler now will hand this off to Pope. Pope trying to find a corner around the far side. He'll get past the 10 and knocked out of bounds just past the 15 at the 16-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down here. We'll see if Poland maybe will take a shot at punting this one away tonight. Vito Kamara has not punted the ball tonight for the Bulldogs. So again, want to thank all of our sponsors. And, of course, want to thank Poland Athletic Director Brian Banfield for giving us a nice spot up here in the press box, keeping us updated. We get detailed events going on.
And we get pizza.
Every week.
We get water.
Yes. My man Bob up here takes care of us. We cannot complain.
Never. But that white pizza really tasted good that 1 or 2 times we got.
He's got his space heater down there. Actually, Poland will punt this one away. He'll line up around there. High snap going to go into the end zone. And he'll actually get this one off. It'll be partially tipped. And it's going to take a Struthers bounce back inside the 30 down to the 24-yard line. And Struthers will have a good field position here with 6.5 minutes left in the 2025 season.
Yeah. Well, I didn't look like it went straight up, but he did get it out there. That snap was over his head. Outstanding job by him getting it on there. Okay, let's go.
6:13 left here in the game. 6:13 left in the season.
Yep, there we go. We're spinning it.
52-0 is your score in favor of the Bulldogs. Of course, lots going on here at Poland this week. Girls cross country back on the 11th won the NE8 championship for 2025. Twin receivers to the far side. They'll throw down the near sideline into the end zone, looking for a receiver. Had Anthony Pastella open, incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for Struthers.
He just overthrew that too. I'll tell you what, he had him. He split the defender, and he had a step on him. He could have gotten that.
Showing some arm strength there.
Oh yeah.
Kind of tried to lay that one right in the basket,
and that's a freshman.
So again, lots of positive things to look at on a young
absolutely.
crew. As we hit the 5:15 mark here, fourth quarter. Of course, not only did the Poland girls high school team win it, but the Poland girls junior high school, our girls cross country champions in the NE8. Back to pass, Fox firing over the middle. That's going to be caught. Past the 10, 5, inside the 5, down to the 4, and they'll fight down near the 3-yard line. Gianni Stewart, the junior, on the reception for Struthers. It's 1st and goal for the Cats.
Well, we're unpiling, Jim. There was a whole lot of pile in front of the goal. It's just watching, making sure we were doing something smart here.
Well, 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Fox will bring the play from the sideline. 4:27 left on a running clock. They've actually sent me something from Lena's here. We'll have to give the big secrets. Handoff to the far side on the jet sweep, trying to get to the end zone. And did he get in? No, they're going to say just short. Pastella tried to reach out to get the ball over, but his feet just couldn't get there.
Yeah, it looked like his feet went out of bounds before the arm was extended. So he's got to be right there about the 1-yard line, and he is.
All right, Coach, we're going to see if we can get your palate going here. Lena's Pierogi House for this week. German, brat, and kraut.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's interesting. Roasted red pepper. How about cheddar? How about hot pepper cheese?
Ooh.
Buffalo
that
chicken.
One's good. I like that one.
And potato. She is living proof you can put anything into pierogi.
I'm waiting for Lekvar. I like the Lekvar. She knows what that is.
Fox and Cole in the backfield, 3 receivers to his right. Low snap. It's going to be picked up by Fox. Or excuse me, by Cole. He'll try to drive his leg, but we'll get the whistle. He'll be just short of the end zone. And we'll have 3:05 left here in this game. Again, hard to believe that we were winding down the season.
Okay,
our first season together, Coach, back in 2020. This will be our 6th season.
I've been doing it this long. High school football?
Are you saying because it's been too long, or is the Alzheimer's kicking in? I mean, which is it here?
Yeah.
It has been 6 seasons.
It's the ancient in me. It's starting to set in. That block of granite, and I'm not sure if that's my head or anything else.
Fox with the handoff to Cole. He'll get into the end zone. 2:28 left, 2nd quarter. Struthers gets in on the 2-yard touchdown. They will avoid the shutout. 52-6 is the lead for Poland.
Yeah, they were able to drive down the field and get in. It's a positive for Struthers. They don't have much going on this year. It's been a little rough one. Lost a lot of players from last year. I was talking to Mike Donatelli during the break. And I told him, I said, last year at the end of the game, Jim and I were on the porch up on Struthers. And I remember saying, who's all those kids lined up on the goal line that rest on the 50? Because those are all the seniors.
Reverse here. They'll throw this one into the end zone. A 2-point conversion for Poland. That's going to be Pastella hitting Mason Donatelli for the 2-point conversion. 52-8 is your score in favor of Poland.
Well, that was a double reverse pass. You guys do what you got to do to score at this point.
Hey, a lot going on there. Can't save it, so
Yeah.
let it all out. Have a little fun while you're doing it.
Yeah. You know what? There's what you got to look at as far as the future. That's all.
Certainly that's the case here. We've seen several young teams this year, including Niles Red Dragons, Lakeview, and now
And they're going to
Struthers.
be fine. They'll be fine. Absolutely.
And I think these coaches understand these things go in cycles.
Exactly.
So, for Struthers, a lot going on for them. For Poland, they will start looking towards week 12. They will get a bye in week 11.
Absolutely.
Struthers will kick this one off. All kickoffs brought to you by the Village Tavern, located at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, and online at villagetavern3.com. Anthony Pastella will kick this one off here at 1:44 left in this game.
I would hope that he's going to kick this deep.
As we conclude this game, we will take you over to Western Reserve Radio 2, Sports Radio 1240, for the conclusion of the Warren Harding Austintown Fitch game. Poland fielding this at the 20-yard line. Take it out to the far side, cut back inside to the 35. I believe that is going to be Caleb Scott on the return for Poland, as we'll have 90 seconds left here in the Lena's Pierogi House fourth quarter.
I don't know why they're not spinning the clock at this point.
We'll mark this at the 40-yard line. Poland right now could probably just take a couple of knees and call it a day.
That's why I'm shocked that he's not spinning it.
And the only time that the clock will stop is on the change of possession. So that will probably be the last time that we will see a stopped clock here.
You would think.
But I think it's going to be the last time we see a running clock here in 2025 as we head to the OHSAA playoffs. High formation for Poland. Everybody in tight. Single receiver to the far side, though. I'll hand this one off. Just hold on to the ball and really know where to go on that. Maybe gained a yard or two on the play. Second down now with under a minute to play here in Poland. Bulldogs with a 52-8 lead over the Struthers Wildcats.
Financial Services, Bury Financial.
Of course, you can hear the booming voice of our PA announcer, Thomas John.
DJ.
You have been lived in the Valley for more than 10 minutes. You know him as a familiar radio voice as well. High formation again here, 30 seconds left. They'll hand this off. Ball on the ground. Still loose. Nobody has it. And I don't think it's going to matter either way, as this clock will continue to run with 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that should do it here. The officials will let this one run down. And the Poland Bulldogs will finish their regular season with an 8-2 record. They get the 52-8 win over the Struthers Wildcats. The Wildcats fall to 2-8. We will step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the postgame show here from Poland. You are listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. We're back after this.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
WRQX Salem, Youngstown, Warren. We are AM 600. WRQX Salem, Youngstown, Warren. We are AM 600, The Patriot, a Cumulus media station.
Back here one last time as we wrap it up from Pavlansky Field in Poland. Bulldogs get the 52-8 win over the Struthers Wildcats, and it would be Poland quick and often there in the first half. So we would have a running clock the entire second half. It would start out in the first quarter as David Zippolita would hit Vito Camaro on a 24-yard touchdown pass, giving Poland the 7-0 lead. And then just 14 seconds later, Pano Zippolita would strip the ball away, and he would have 35 yards into the end zone to make it 14-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. With 6 seconds left in that first frame, it would be Angelo Angelilli getting into the end zone with just 6 seconds left on a 17-yard run. And Poland would be cruising there with a 21-0 lead. Second quarter action. Pano Zippolita, who probably was just going to do all the scoring himself defensively,
yeah,
would get in to cover the ball up in the end zone on a high snap over the punter. That would give Poland the extended lead. Second quarter action, 5:14 left. Chase Jones, 42 yards into the end zone. And then at second quarter, also 4:20, it would be Pano Zippolita playing a little bit of offense there on a 4-yard touchdown run. And then we would end the second half with 4 seconds left on a 33-yard field goal by Salvi Caramusa. Scoring in the third quarter would be Caleb Scott getting into the end zone for Poland on a 1-yard touchdown run, that coming at the minute 40 mark of that third frame. And finally, in the fourth quarter, Tyler Cole would get Struthers on the board. They would avoid the shutout and get the 2-point conversion as Mason Donatelli would hit Anthony Pastella for the 2-pointer. Your final score tonight, 52-8. Again, want to thank everybody who provided support here in the 2025 season as we get ready for playoff action here coming up here in Week 12. Poland will be off next week. They get the bye as they have been. I'm sure they will stay in the top 4 here in Division 5, Region 17, and they will wait to see who their opponent is going to be in 2 weeks. So for the coach, Bob Gessler, for Dave Ferris, Matt Craven back in the Gessler Propane studio, we thank you for joining us here all season long, and we will now take you to Mullenkopf Stadium in Warren for the conclusion of the Warren Harding Raiders and the Austintown Fitch Falcons on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
6-8. Congratulations to the Girard Indians who cap off an undefeated regular season here tonight.
We done seen them. They are explosive and an exciting team to watch, and they keep the foot on the pedal.
1st and 10 for the Raiders from their 37-yard line. Cobb to throw, timing ball downfield, laid up a little too long, and a one-handed interception. That was Odell Beckham-esque on the interception, and now we've got multiple flags after the play. That looked like Devanzo Tate, number 0, on that interception, I believe.
Well, you know what? I think it was Isaiah Porch, number 10.
I saw the 0, but couldn't tell if it was 0 or if it was 10. But Isaiah Porch on the interception, and the way he laid out, he looked like he was the intended receiver on that catch.
It sure did. It looked exactly that way. And he made a great grab on that play.
We've got a dead ball penalty after the interception. So that's going to back the Falcons up, but that goes on the highlight reel of the last 6 years we've worked together, Dave.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. And people will see that tonight on the highlights, I'm sure, of high school football.
1st and 10. Falcons from their 25. Kayla Herta throw it again. Quick pass over the middle. Caught 35-40, 45-50, and down to the 49-yard line. That is a quick strike downfield to Brady Evans. And Coach Parker and the Falcons, they've continued to throw the football up 28 here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's something. I'm telling you, they got to keep people's head together on this here, because that can just cause some issues. I mean, they're going down like they're ready to score another 6 points here.
We got a new player in the backfield. That's Steven Medved, number 35, checking in. So 1st and 10, Falcons from the Raider 49-yard line. Evans in motion, gonna give it to him. 45, 40. Still driving it down near the 35-yard line. That'll be another first down. That's a big pickup for Brady Evans, who really has been a factor in this game. And, Mark, they find just so many creative ways to get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, they hit him on the jet sweep. They give him a quick little pass outside. They let him run it, whatever. You got to have the ball in your playmaker's hands, and they do a great job with it.
We welcome everyone listening on AM 600 WRQX after a big win for the Poland Bulldogs tonight on their senior night at Pavlansky Field. We are here at Mollenkopf Stadium, a 28-0 lead for the Falcons over the homestanding Raiders. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Mark Means, Michael Rickard on the numbers, and, of course, Matthew Craven back at our studios with Dave Ferris overseeing the operations tonight as we welcome you into the simulcast for the final 8 minutes of this one here tonight. Looking like the Bulldogs will get the first round bye. Of course, nothing official until Sunday afternoon. So Poland off potentially next Friday. We'll wait to see what matchups we could potentially bring you. Kayla Herta throw, taking the deep shot. Receiver got bumped off the route, and that pass was intercepted. And the defender, Dave, he did a good job. He kind of undercut the receiver and almost turned himself into the intended target.
Yeah, that was excellent coverage there to force him to the outside boundary, get position, and was right there to make that interception.
So the Raiders forced the turnover. We've had very few of those, and you could just tell you were impressed by the way that he handled that deep route.
Yeah, Matt Richardson did an excellent job, number 10 out there. Just the way he pushed him to the boundary and then made him the receiver, basically. It was no way he was getting back to the ball. So it was a great coverage there and a way to do things the way they need to be done.
So that turnover gives the ball back to the Raiders, but back near their own 2-yard line with 7:52 to play here in the fourth quarter. So the Raiders with the football. So they will work out of an eye, the deep back, way back into the end zone. And Cobb looks to throw, goes downfield, and that's a one-handed grab. Just took that football out of the air, coming up there to make that reception for the Raiders. That's Mendez Provitt playing like a Provitt athletically, Dave.
Yeah, he sure did. And I guess this is the night of the one-hand catches because, he grabbed that in traffic and pulled that one in.
So 1st and 10 for the Raiders, who were aggressive, throwing out of their own end zone. And, Mark, that was a deep drop, probably close back to the end line on that throw.
and I was wishing that we would see a little more of that early on, those quick passes.
1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Going to run the ball with Amir Cobb this time, and he's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage. And as the game has gone on the last few years, flag now will fly. And I was just about to say, at every level, leading up to the pros, they're allowing a little bit of celebration. They're allowing a little bit of having fun, but there is a line, and once you cross that line, you're going to get a penalty flag.
Yeah, and players got to learn how to know the crew that you're working with. You see that they're seeing tension on both sides. They're going to start calling things close. You got to get on your best behavior. You got to be able to read that. And these guys out here just not staying disciplined enough to do so.
6.5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. It's 2nd down and 7 for Amir Cobb. Got a little bit of movement up front, but no flag. Now, a couple of Raider receivers took off upfield, and even though there was movement on that defensive front, that penalty is going to go on the Raiders.
Yeah, it's going to. We had movement up front on the defense, but they never went into the neutral zone, so they're okay. But then the receivers took off before the ball was snapped, and it's going to go against the offense.
So that is going to back the Raiders up now to 2nd and 12 as we approach 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. So they back the Raiders up, and you could tell that this is both coaches said it. This is a rivalry. This is a Week 10 rivalry that's become a staple, not only between these two teams, but also for our crew to do this game. Swing the ball out, receiver a little too tall, and that pass is incomplete, looking for Austin Blackwell, and that's what Week 10 is supposed to be about, rivalries and teams that don't like each other, Dave.
Yeah, that's how it is. We done seen it, high school, college. You wait for those. You thrive, can't wait until that weekend of the games, and sometimes that's their championship game, and that's what you want to see. And when they start eliminating that, I think it takes something away from the game.
3rd down and 12, under 6 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. Cobb going to drop to throw. Had time, going to take a deep shot down the sidelines. That ball sails over the intended target at the 45-yard line, incomplete. This will bring up a 4th down and 12. And I think you mentioned it. It's one of those where it doesn't matter. Are both teams 9-0 going into Week 10, or is it 9-0 versus 1-9? Because they're rivalries for a reason, Mark. And when they say anything can happen in an old-fashioned rivalry, history proves that anything can happen.
Yeah, that's right. And I think for the fans and the both teams, in the community, it's always nice to have a rivalry game toward the back end of the season.
4th and 12, and the Raiders will punt the ball away. Edmonds gets away a kick that is going to be fair caught right around the 47-yard line by Evans. And the Falcons will have the football with 5:36 to play in tonight's fourth quarter. And, Dave, we will see if they continue to throw the football here in the second half. And it seems like, and we'd have to look a little further into the numbers, they've thrown the ball more here, late third, early fourth, than they did in the first half of the game.
Yeah, for sure, they have. And the thing about it, the little throws they did earlier in the game was little dinks and dunks at time. Every now and then they threw. These here has been things down the field, attacking. And that's why I said that, just got to be careful. Try to keep this game under wraps, because that can really cause a situation when you get animosity like that, when you just feel that the team wants to run it up on you.
How about this? 2.5 minutes to play, fourth quarter. McDonald and Mineral Ridge tied at 14 apiece.
Wow. You talked about it earlier. They have struggled on offense, McDonald, in these probably last 3 weeks. And their defense has kept them afloat and been able to win those ball games. But this one here, They got a game tonight, and it's going to come down to the wire. They'll make over and overtime.
You know, we talked about it last week, and excluding inner city rivalries, there may not be anybody closer than McDonald and Mineral Ridge. You know, if you leave heading out to the highway, you're passing through both towns. They border each other. They do not like each other. They always play in Week 10, and that's a heck of a football game right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times I have done where I ride through there, and you're in Mineral Ridge, and before you know, you're at McDonald. Yeah. I mean, it's just that quick, and they're right there on the edge. And I tell you, that's how the edge we say is an edgy football game when they play each other too.
Just like we mentioned, that's one of those. It doesn't matter. It's another throw the records out type game.
Oh yeah.
5:30, clock rolling here in the fourth quarter. They're going to put a man in motion. They're going to give it to him on the sweep, trying to get to the outside and knock down at the 49-yard line. That's Brady Evans again. Evans going to come to the sidelines, and they're going to bring in Jaden Learn, a sophomore wide receiver, 5'6" and 140 pounds. He will check into the game. He's going to split out as a wide receiver out to the right side. Along with him is Kevin Clark, a junior wide receiver. Play clock down to 17 seconds. Kayla Herta throw. Goes going to the outside. Pass is going to be caught. That's El Tahir on the reception. And he's across the 45 and down near the 43-yard line. And that's just another skilled player that the Falcons have the opportunity to get the football to. But we know they're going to be a playoff team. But that top region in D2, that is loaded in that region and across the state.
Yeah, they're going to need every weapon to be on top of their game as they move into those playoffs. There's some top-tier teams there.
1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Kayla Hurt turns, gives the ball to Junie Hicks. Cut on a dime, back inside between the hashes. 35-30, 25-20, and he'll slide down inbounds at the 18-yard line. You can't make that cut in a video game that Junie Hicks just made, Dave.
Yeah, he's still, I would say, we say back in the day, stick your foot in the ground. Well, it's not just the turf. I mean, he came to a complete stop. They went past, and I mean, that's some excellent cutting ability.
Credit to those cleats for sticking. I thought he was going to slide down onto the turf for a moment, too. 1st and 10 to the 18-yard line. Going to have DeAndre Richard, looks like, back in. Kayla Herta throw, swings it out to the outside. El Tahir makes the catch inside the 10. And fighting for more yardage is going to go out of bounds inside the 5. Clock stopped at 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. And Falcons looking for a little more in this Linus Pierogi House fourth quarter. Last update again on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. McDonald and Mineral Ridge tied at 14. Under 2 minutes to play in that one. 1st and goal, Falcons from the 2-yard line. 1 receiver split to the right, 1 to the left. It's DeAndre Richard, the tailback. Richard gets the carry, and Richard spins his way into the end zone for a 2-yard touchdown run for the Falcons with 2:52 to play here in the ball game. The lead is now 35, and with a few exceptions, Mark, most of the starters remain in there for the Falcons on that drive.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things you want to think about is longevity, right? The season is long and you have aspirations to go deep into the playoffs. Is it really worth it to have these guys in up 28-0, now 34-0? You know, one little tweak here and there of an ankle or a knee can really ruin a season.
And we talk about it. I talk to a couple, 3-4 coaches a week, and always say that your player, they're one snap away from the next man up being the starter and a critical potential postseason run for your team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and that's something you have to consider. I understand this is a rivalry, and you're at this point where, you can put more on someone, but, what goes around comes around.
And that is absolutely it when it comes to, because, we talk about, Dave, well, rivalries run deep, but not only is it that, but it's the fact that in rivalries, coaches, they have those memories. They remember what happened to you, whether it was 3, 4, 5 seasons ago, and sometimes payback comes back around.
Oh, yeah, it does. We experience it ourselves just by people doing certain things. We've been here in this stadium this year. Next week, the team lost. I mean, that karma comes back. That is real. And you can't do different things to people and think it's not going to come back on you.
So we're down to 1 minute and 35 to go as we're now in running clock with a 35-point lead here for the Falcons. And good majority of the Falcon fans still here down in front of us enjoying this big victory tonight for Coach Parker and the Falcons, who will now won 5 out of the last 6 meetings in this rivalry between these two teams. It's time for our final Village Tavern kickoff of the night. Learn more about the Village Tavern at villagetavern3.com. So Faulkner to kick, 3 returners back deep, and now we've got whistles. And I think they're going to reset the play clock. They pointed towards that, but that is not what happened.
They really delayed this one here, Mark, and then this clock has run out. It was like almost 2 minutes and seconds.
Bouncing ball picked up at the 15-yard line. Brought back across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Cutting back for extra yards and down near the 49-yard line. Just make sure everyone unpiles this time in the Falcon bench. It's another great return by Matt Richardson. And this time, cooler heads prevail, and both teams will head to their respective sidelines.
Yeah, another nice return by Richardson, and no foul play on that. So that was a good thing to see.
I don't think they're going to run another play.
It does not look like they will run another play as the game clock is at 3, 2, and 1. Your final score here tonight in Week 10. It is the Austintown Fitch Falcons 35 and the Warren Harding Raiders 0. With the win, the Falcons finish the regular season 8-1, and the Raiders finish at 3-6. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll begin the postgame show next here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240, along with AM 600 WRQX and Western Reserve Radio. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WRQX
WR_radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here at Molotov Stadium, let's take a look at tonight's unofficial numbers. First for the Raiders, Amir Cobb, 3 of 11 for 26 yards, 2 interceptions. Leading receiver was Kai Blucher, who had 2 for 7. Leading rusher in the game, Cobb, 8 carries for 27 yards. Matt Richardson had 2 carries for 23 yards. Mikhail Brogdon carried 8 times for 18 yards. For the Falcons tonight, throwing the football, Cullen Kelleher, 11 of 14 for 113 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jackson Faulkner, 1 of 1 for 55 yards and a touchdown. And Dave, the Falcons, when they threw the ball, they threw it well, but that's something they're going to have to improve on if they want to make a deep postseason run.
Yeah, for sure. And when you get to tournament time, it's a different level. You got to be good on both running and passing the ball, and they're going to have to work on that and try to be ready. They probably will have a game coming up this coming Halloween, and they're going to have to sharpen some things there so they'll be ready.
Other numbers tonight for the Falcons. Junie Higgs, 16 carries, 83 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Richard, 18 carries, 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. And we now start to see, we saw it a few weeks ago, Mark, that the Falcons, they have a 2-headed monster in the backfield. They got 2 guys that can really carry the load.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Both of them are very dynamic runners with good speed, good vision, and things like that. Obviously, to Warren Harding tipping their hat over there with their defense, I mean, they really made it hard to run the football as effective as Fitch would like to, but they did enough to get this win.
Let us take our final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap this one up tonight from Molotov Stadium and look ahead to the postseason. Coming up right after this break on Western Reserve Radio 2, Sports Radio 1240 and AM 600 WRQX.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Wrapping up the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week and games of the regular season, as we have 10 weeks in the book. And Mark, always fun for you to come across the border, bring your playing and coaching experience, and join us for a game. And we've had a few really good ones over the last few years.
Yeah, we have, and I really want to thank you guys for having me on. It's just always nice to be in the booth or on the field or wherever around football on a Friday night.
And Dave, we now turn our attention towards Week 11. We'll find out all of the official announcements and pairings probably late Sunday afternoon. And we know, like always, we're going to put a lot of teams in the postseason, and hopefully somebody's making a run to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton.
Yeah, we always like to see that to come from our area, and we usually get somebody that rises up and get there. So we want to see that happen again this year. And if we can have multiple teams as we had in the past, that would be great.
Big thank you to Mr. Shepis, the athletic director here at Warren Harding. Great view, nice warm booth for us to enjoy on Week 10 of the season. That is going to do it for the end of the regular season for us here on Western Reserve Radio with Sports Radio 1240 and AM 600. For Michael Rickard on the numbers, Matthew Craven back at our studios. Executive producer Dave Ferris. For the other Mark Means who joined us tonight, my partner Dave Clark, my name is also Mark Means, and you've been listening to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio. We will talk to you next Friday night. Have a great weekend, everyone.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
You're listening to WRDB, Western